McCaw Cablevision and Cable 13 Sports presents the 1986 NCAA Division III National Championship Lacrosse game. From Boswell Field in Geneva, New York, it's the Washington College Shoremen and the Hobart College Statesmen. Hello, everyone. This is Bill Roth, along with Dale Dreipolcher here on just a beautiful day in Geneva, New York, where for the third straight year, Washington College and Hobart College will meet in the championship game in Division III.
Well, you know, it seems to be a habit here for Hobart, and I think Washington College would like nothing better than to unseat them. Hobart's got a fantastic history of winning this, and I think that Terry Corcoran is kind of a homecoming, the coach of Washington College. He'd really like to do it today.
There are many people that will tell you, including perhaps Syracuse University, who lost to Hobart, that this Statesman team might be the #1 team in the country in any division.
Well, the Washington College coaching staff feels that. They said, look, we're playing the #1 team in the country. I said, what kind of strategy are you going to use? They said, well, when you play those guys, you just go out and do the best you can, and that's it.
Dale, you know, the Washington College team may be tired of being the perennial runner-up. This is their third straight year to meet Hobart, and they've lost the first two.
That's right, but they've got some good personnel, and I think this game will be a lot different from the one they met in earlier this season. One of the main reasons number 41 is Bruce Yancey out of Fayetteville Manley's High School, Central New York, near Syracuse. He's the guy that Chuck Warren, the goalie from Hobart, said he wants to watch out for. He's got 68 points so far this season, and not only can he score, he can feed. There's Terry Corcoran, the man we mentioned. He'd like nothing better than to beat his old team. He played here, was a three-time All-American, coached here for a while, so there's a lot of connections to Hobart at this game.
Meanwhile, the Hobart team has won 6 straight NCAA Division III championships. A 7th straight would tie John Wooden and UCLA for the consecutive championship streak. That's what's at stake today.
Not bad company, you know, that's really amazing. They have some excellent players also. Number 23, Gilliam, is one of the finest players that I've seen around in a long time. He's very, very quick. He knows where to put the ball. He had a really good game against Syracuse, and we'll see right here that he can take the shot and still put the ball in the goal. He's a very, very quick kid, and he's a kid who's very, very dedicated. He's only a junior, too, so they've got him back for next year. That's Ray Gilliam, number 23. The last line of defense, number 2, Chuck Warren, who also had a great game against Syracuse, the goalie. He's come up with some super saves, and everybody I've talked to feels that he's got to be one of the best goalies in the country. Division I, Division III, you name it, he's got to be the guy that most people look at and say he's just super. He's got to find a weakness in him, and Washington College has got to look for one today, Bill.
Yes, Chuck Warren and Guy Van Arsdale, the only 2 goalies that have played for Hobart since they've started this streak of NCAA Division III championships, and we'll be back to meet the rest of the Statesmen and Washington College in just a moment.
The Chanticleer Restaurant and Motor Lodge in Geneva, New York, in the heart of the Finger Lakes. The Chanticleer prides itself on its reputation for fine cuisine and beautiful accommodations. Guests will appreciate the personal attention that makes their stay both memorable and enjoyable at the Chanticleer. So whether you're visiting Sonnenberg Gardens, Finger Lakes Racetrack, Hobart College, or the Memorial Day Weekend Lake Trout Derby, stay at the Chanticleer Motor Lodge and Restaurant in Geneva.
Attention, the zoo will open in 5 minutes.
My lines! My lines! I can't remember my lines. Oh.
My makeup! My makeup!
Ba 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 boo.
Okay, guys, this way.
Wrong way, guys. Next going, Melvin.
Hey, this place is a zoo. Visit your zoo and see how the stars live.
Welcome back to Boswell Field in Geneva. The fans continuing to file in here for the Division III championship game between Washington College and Hobart. Let's meet the starters for both teams, starting with the visitors from Chestertown, Maryland. At attack for Washington College, Bruce Yancey, number 41, Don Giblin, and Tom Gaines. Yancey on the left there is out of Manlius. At midfield, Mike Papa, number 33, Rick Cody, number 10 in the middle, and John Nostrand, number 15 on the right. He may be their best midfielder. Defensively, Dave Hilliard is number 36 on the left. That's Brian Irwin in the middle, and Matt Wilson on the right, and those defenders will have their work cut out for them today, as will the goalkeeper, Larry Boehm, number 43. He'll be, I'm sure, seeing many shots today from the Hobart Statesmen, who on attack line up this way with Ray Gilliam, number 23, Tom Gravante, and Rusty Pritzlaff, who's a freshman on the right. At midfield, Mark Moore, number 11, Bill Bergen, number 21, out of West Genesee High School in Syracuse, and Michael Guy, number 16. Defensively, Devin Arkeson, J.C. Stein, number 44 in the middle, and Gordy Sweely make up the defense, and the great Hobart goalkeeper, Chuck Warren. And as you see, a 57% save percentage, and he is perhaps the best goalie in lacrosse. We'll be back at Boswell Field for the start of today's championship game, so don't go away.
Don't wait any longer. Don't miss out. Now's the time to register for the Hobart College Summer Sports Camps. Lacrosse coach Dave Urich will have 2 sessions of his popular lacrosse camp for boys ages 12 to 18. You'll be instructed in team concepts and individual skills by a staff of college and high school coaches. You'll practice dodging, feeding, scooping, shooting. There'll be daily scrimmages, movies, lectures, and competition among players of similar skills. For just $195, you get room, board, insurance, a camp shirt, and this free Brian shotgun lacrosse stick. And Hobart Summer Sports Camps mean more than just lacrosse. There's swimming June 29th to July 5th, football from July 6th through the 11th, and Hobart has separate boys and girls basketball sessions, as well as boys and girls soccer camps. All campers in all sports will have use of the college's swimming pool, basketball, squash, and racquetball courts. So don't wait. For registration information, call 315-789-5500 or write Hobart Summer Sports Camps, Hobart College, Geneva, 14456.
And welcome back to Boswell Field in Geneva, New York. This is Bill Roth along with Dale Drypolcher as the Hobart College Statesmen and the Washington College Shoremen get set to meet for the 3rd straight year. They met in '83, or actually in '84, and Hobart won on this field 12-5. Last year, down at the Washington College field in Chestertown, Maryland, Hobart won 15-8. It's a big game for Dave Urich, Dale, because he can tie John Wooden on the all-time NCAA list for consecutive championships.
Dave Urich has done a great job with his team, and of course, as you said, he's really got a big crowd here also. We saw at the beginning, and they're just about all in now, ready to see this Division III National Championship game.
Hobart in the home whites with the orange trim and pants. They'll be moving from right to left here in the first quarter. The face-off is loose on the ground. Ray Gilliam is the man to watch on attack for Hobart, but it is Washington College in black coming up with the ball first on attack, and here they come. Yancey gives it to Giblin. This is Yancey, 41. Nostrand, number 15, the midi. He's their best midfielder, and his shot is stopped by Warren, who makes a first save and starts to clear. This is Pritzlaff, number 7. Hobart on the attack early. In front, and they almost scored as Gravante almost put it in. Action quickly getting off the bat. Each team with an opportunity in the first minute of play.
Each goalie up with a save. Bohm did a nice job of outletting the ball, and now Washington College, the attack, had no problem clearing. Going to get their offensive middies on, and now they move it down into the box.
McGuan is a sophomore from Waterloo, New York. He's number 16. Hobart in that man-to-man. McGuan. This is Nostrand. Another shot is stopped again by Warren. So he has 2 saves in the first minute and 12 of play. Hobart being pressured, and an aggressive ride put on here by Washington College in the first minute. Let's see how Hobart starts to clear. This is J.C. Stein, big stick. Beat 2 men, make it a third. Into the goal area, may take a shot here. Bounces it wide. Now Stein, the big stick, ran it up that time and bounced it wide. We've played a minute and a half, and there's no score.
Good backup for Washington College. You get the ball back on the shot with an attempt to clear.
Again, the goalies, Chuck Warren, the senior for Hobart, and Larry Bohm, senior for Washington College. This is Matt Wilson, 29, nearly lost the ball. This is where Hobart can be so devastating on the ride. Look at that. Gravante.
And that's going to cost a minute. Yeah, Matt Wilson, 29, the defenseman, lost his stick, but that will cost Hobart a minute. Tom Gravante with a trip.
So it'll be a man-up situation now for Washington College, their first of the game, and you've got to believe that their coach, Terry Corcoran, wants the team to get up to a quick start. There's Corcoran. He's a Hobart alum. Their team was 12-3 this year, 12-1 against Division III schools, and the only loss came on this field, 20-4 to Hobart. But now it's a man-up. It's 6-on-5 in front of the goalkeeper, Warren, in the attack half of the field. There's no score in this championship game.
Had Yancey on the wing, 41. Look to him not only to feed, but to look to sneak from behind the cage. Yancey will handle it now from behind.
This is Nostrand. Good feeder and a quick shot taken by Papa went wide. That's Mike Papa, senior up from Lafayette, near here, Geneva.
Papa took a high shot. Still time left on the man-up opportunity for the Shoremen.
Cody on the left side, again looking for the open man. There's a quick shot and a goal by Rick Cody. It's a man-up goal for Rick Cody, senior out of Fayetteville Manlius High School in Syracuse, and Washington College breaks on top 1-0.
They had a problem on the slide, Bill. They really let Cody. He was wide open on the crease. Watch how wide open number 10 is. There's the pass behind. Watch Cody. Nobody slides with him. He's all by himself, and there's the perfect pass. They tried to get a stick on it, but it was too late. Joe Stein, J.C. Stein, tried to get the stick out. It went by, and the first goal goes to Washington College, and they're off to a good start, and they're dominating face-offs. Well, not dominating. They've gotten the first two. Let's put it that way, which is got to do a lot for Terry Corcoran because he said they play a lot on emotion.
Their face-off man is Chris Dollar, and the great Hobart face-off man, Crawford, has lost the first two. Man-up goal for Washington College, 2:34 into the game, by Rick Cody.
Casto, number 10, the ball knocked out of his stick, but it went off a Hobart player, and Washington College retained possession.
There's the goal scorer, Cody. You got to believe it's a confidence boost for Washington College to come out and play well here. Here's another chance, and Warren made the save, and the rebound is knocked away, and a player for Washington College ended up in the crease, so Hobart will get the ball. Losing here 1-0, and you got to wonder what the fans are starting to think.
Papa takes the shot, ends up in the crease. There's the shot high, bounced off the stick, and you see he gets his own rebound, but into the crease will cost them possession. Hobart will get a free clear. Number 13 will handle it for Hobart. That's Tom Rosa.
He's a great football player here at Hobart as well. Rosa, senior, out of Rochester, New York. And he cradles on the far side. Washington College up 1-0. And the only shot that Hobart has had was stopped by Bone. Again, aggressive defense on both sides. You talked with Dave Urick before the game, and he agreed that it was going to be a very physical game.
And very emotional, as Matt Wood's going to handle it now. The big defenseman got that big stick. He may redirect. No, he gets it upfield. And number 17, Dollar.
And he makes a nice pass to Woodfolk into the goal area and has a step, and he shoots one, and Warren stopped it. He's given up a goal, but so far Warren's looked sharp, and he starts to clear for Jim Hannon, a big stick across the line. 1-0 is the score. Washington College on top. We've played 4 minutes from Boswell Field. Here's a chance in front. Pritzlaff scores, and it's tied at 1. Rusty Pritzlaff ties it up. He was left all alone in front of Larry Bohm, and he made no mistake, and it's a 1-1 game.
That's Pritzlaff. He got a nice assist. We'll see the pass. Right here. To get the number for you, there's Pritzlaff's left-handed shot. The assist will go to number 41, Devin Arkeson, as he made a picture-perfect pass. Dave Urick on the sideline looks satisfied as his team ties it up 1-1 with 11:04 left in the first period. Crawford out there for Hobart, the man who had such a good day against Syracuse, loses it momentarily, comes up with it, but the Shoremen control.
And here's Nostrand moving, and no one picks him up, and he shoots one, and again the save is made by Warren. He's made 4 saves early in the outlets to Crawford. Look at them move the ball, but this time it's picked off by Roy Knox, big stick. Now Yancey, left side to Papa with a shot, he scores! And Washington College takes a 2-1 lead. They come right back. And Mike Papa from Lafayette gets the goal.
Papa, number 33, has had a couple of shots, was in the crease once, been very, very close, and that time he put it right where he should. They make the pass off, takes a left-handed shot. He gets doubled at the last minute, but he put the ball down low. Great placement by Papa, and the face-offs becoming ever more important. Dollar and Crawford out there. Crawford for Hobart. The little stocky face-off man who flips it out now, and Hobart should control. They do.
Here's Bill Bergen. Look at them work it in front. And a good play by the big stick, but it's Bergen's shot, and he stopped in front. I'm not sure how he didn't put that one away. It was Gravani that was robbed, and Washington College clears, but it's picked up, and back comes Arkeson, who had an assist. Feeds it long to Gravante, moving, and his shot is stopped and may have gone off his stick. 2-1 is the score. Washington College on top.
Gravani did not get a great shot, but you can see the pressure is going to be all over the field by both teams. They're not going to concede anything.
The goalie Bohm came 20 yards out of his cage to start help this clear with 9:53 to play in the first quarter.
Long pass, tried to attempt to clear that. Did not work. Hobart picks it off. They get it up to Gravante, who looks to feed the crease.
Fritzlaff behind the back pass. Gilliam scoops it, and the stop was made by Bohm. Both goalies look sharp early.
That's 8-3 for shots. Hobart just took their third, while Washington College has 8. They may get off another. Non-stop action end-to-end, Bill Roth.
Here's Cody, and he gives it up to Mike Gregg, shooting one, and he bounced it too soon, a little high over the cage. I was down on the field earlier, and the turf in front of the cage is all eaten up, as you can see.
Yeah, it doesn't really qualify as turf.
No.
It's more or less dirt, and it is dry, and the ball will take a nice sharp hop off that. It's pretty flat, though, so they won't get any crazy bounces to deal with. And, of course, Hobart used to the field. Right now they're changing after that dead ball, and Washington College starts out from behind.
They lead it 2-1. Look out here, shot and a goal. Giblin put it in, and it's 3-1. And Washington College has jumped out to a 2-goal lead here at Boswell Field. And you can sort of feel a buzz in the crowd here at this place, and people may be shaking their heads saying, what's going on here?
Well, Giblin comes around from behind the cage, and it's just a simple left-handed shot, but the defender's not able to put him on the ground and not able to check his stick. He put the left-handed shot by Warren, and as you said, the crowd still in the game, but maybe wondering what's happened to the invincibility of Hobart, but there's a lot of time left. 9:13 left in this first quarter. Lots of action, lots of scoring.
Here's another face-off.
Oh, nice hit.
Yes, and that time it was Rosa taking the face-off after Crawford struggled early, and this time Washington comes up with it once again. They lead this game 3-1, and here comes Chris Dollar with a shot. He centers it, a shot, and they score again. Giblin gets another one. A flag was down, and they'll go a man up as well. Giblin gets his second goal, and it's 4-1. And Washington College has some momentum right now. Number 26, Don Giblin, a junior out of Binghamton, has given the Shoremen a 3-goal lead.
That's $17 right there. He dumps it off, and you see the shot down low, and then there was an unnecessary roughness or slashing call, and that will cost Hobart a man. Make sure that that's true. Yes, it is.
So it'll be a man-up situation again. Crawford is back on to take this face-off, and you bet that man's happy right now. That's Terry Corcoran, the head coach of Washington College. The man that'll be taking the face-off is Chris Dollar. He has a problem with his helmet, it appears. He'll be going up against Crawford here once again.
Dollar's 5'7", 165 pounds, while Ray Crawford is 5'6", 190 pounds. So you've got two stocky guys out there vying for the faceoff. They move the ball a little bit to the other side of the faceoff circle, which is getting chewed up.
Crawford, very powerful legs. Look at him. He tries to scoop it up, and Washington comes away with it again. This is Nostrand, the midi, moving into the goal area with a left-hand cradle. Man-up situation right now for Washington College. They lead it by 3. Nostrand lost the ball. Let's see if they can keep it in play. And a fine play by Giblin to keep it in bounds, but it's picked off by Stein.
Stein had it. Gets it up to a big stick. Number 41, Arkeson, was going to take his time while they change, see if they can't run this penalty out or get it in the box.
Rosa will kill some time right now, and Brian Kelleher chases him near midfield. Here's Billy Kerr, midi, moving in. And he gets into the goal area, so we're even up once again. Billy Kerr's number 25 here. 4-1 is the score. Washington College on top. Rusty Fritzlap scored the only goal for Hobart. And they lose the ball again as they try to attack, and Nostrand starts to clear for Washington College. This is Hilliard. He throws it long, and it's picked off by Arkeson. Solid big stick.
Arkeson did a nice job for Hobart. Momentarily, they thought they had a fast break, but they're going to settle down here, although there has not been much settled in this game at all.
This is Rosa, 13, midi. They make a change. He shoots one off the post to the left of the goaltender, Larry Bohm, and it deflects out of bounds back to Hobart.
Good hustle. 26, Rick Graham got over there just before the ball went out of bounds, positioned himself, and gives Hobart now another opportunity.
Rosa almost put that one in and hit the pipe to the left of Bohm. 4-1 is the score.
Billy Kerr now going to handle the ball, bringing it in for Hobart. And he'll be checked by Mike Woodfolk, number 22, for the Shoremen.
There you see Kerr. That is a surprising score if you haven't followed things. Hobart won the first meeting 20-4. Here's Rosa beating his man, moving in, shoots it, and a stop by the goalkeeper, and the rebound goes behind the cage. Both goalies have been sharp, and Bohm has made a couple of terrific saves for Washington. Here they come on the clear right now.
Woodfolk taking it left-handed as they change on the fly.
He's working in on Dave Ralph on the left side as they work around Chuck Warren. This is Giblin. He has 2 goals already. Centers it out in front, and a goal again.
Yancey.
Bruce Yancey makes it 5-1 Washington College. And that's a happy bunch of shoremen right there. They are up here 5-1 in the first quarter with 6.5 minutes to play.
Yancey, who oftentimes feeds from behind the cage, got a shot right there on Chuck Warren from out on top, and that's going to be a timeout. We'll see the replay. There's Yancey. He just pops out from the crease and took a simple shot, not especially hard, Bill, yet it was well placed, and I think that goalie was screened, and we'll be back in just a couple of seconds.
Don't wait any longer. Don't miss out. Now's the time to register for the Hobart College Summer Sports Camps. Lacrosse coach Dave Urich will have 2 sessions of his popular lacrosse camp for boys ages 12 to 18. You'll be instructed in team concepts and individual skills by a staff of college and high school coaches. You'll practice dodging, feeding, scooping, shooting. There'll be daily scrimmages, movies, lectures, and competition among players of similar skills. For just $195, you get room, board, insurance, a camp shirt, and this free Brian Shotgun Lacrosse Stick. And Hobart Summer Sports Camps mean more than just lacrosse. There's swimming June 29th to July 5th, football from July 6th through the 11th, and Hobart has separate boys and girls basketball sessions, as well as boys and girls soccer camps. All campers in all sports will have use of the college's swimming pool, basketball, squash, and racquetball courts. So don't wait. For registration information, call 315-789-5500 or write Hobart Summer Sports Camps, Hobart College, Geneva, 14456.
It's been a great lacrosse weekend on Cable 13. Friday night, you saw SU play Hobart. Yesterday, you saw the Orangemen play Massachusetts. And tomorrow, you'll see SU against Rutgers. And tonight's game, so it's been a busy lacrosse weekend for McCaw and the people associated with Cable 13 Sports. Here's Pritzlaff moving in for Hobart, trying to pass it on the left side for Gravante, and he gets it behind the cage. For Gilliam, who's knocked off the ball. Aggressive defense by Washington College, and they've stymied the Hobart attackmen here in the first 9 minutes of play.
Brian Irwin, number 42, did the stymieing, but the ball's down now. Hobart up with it.
This is Kevin Zick, 35, and he'll try to chase off, and he gives the ball to Gravante. He hands off to Mark Moore, midfielder. Has a step on his left, gives it back to Gravante, winds it, shoots it, and the stop was made by Bohm. He's keeping the ball out of his cage so far in the early going. Here's Michael Guy, midi behind the cage. They look out of organization right now as Guy cradles to the left of Bohm and spins and goes down. Again, aggressive defense, and Bohm, the goalkeeper, comes up with it. He's played very well here and his team has a 5-1 lead on Hobart. This is Cody moving in, number 10, and he was knocked away from the ball. Fine play by Bergen getting back.
Bergen got a nice one-hand check to knock that ball and the stick forward, and the ball went out of bounds off of a Washington College stick. And you know, it's funny, people talk about strategy. I don't think there's really been all that much here other than just running and passing, the very basics of lacrosse, which makes it a great game, because that's all they're doing, looking for openings, fast break goals, and getting the open man with the pass.
5:20 to play, first quarter, 5-1 game. That's Malcolm Anderson, 36, threw it away. Boy, Hobart not real sharp here. Their attack men don't seem to be getting things in gear. Let's see how the midfielder, Dave Ralph, can handle things as he cradles in on Kelleher. Fires it on the right side to Rosa. He wears number 13. Right-hand cradle, beat his man. Moves in, shoots, and scores. Great individual play by Tom Rosa. He had 32 goals on the regular season. Make it now number 33 for Mr. Rosa, and it's a 5-2 game. A great one-on-one play by Rosa.
Beats Mike Woodfoot, number 22, right there. You see the move. They slide over to get him, but it's too late, and he takes a left-handed shot, which goes by on the wide side of foam, and that will give the second goal to Hobart with 4:54 left as they go back to the face-off department.
And again, it is Dollar against Crawford. Crawford, great speed and strength, wins the face-off. Here's Pritzlaff into the goal area. Beat his man, shoots it wide of Bohm. He had a chance there. And Rusty Pritzlaff, the freshman, number 7, has 37 goals, and Coach Dave Urick says that Pritzlaff may be his strongest player. He had 4 goals against Cortland in the semifinal game that put Hobart here in the championship game.
Well, Washington College has certainly not intimidated. Hilliard, number 36, riding Gilliam right now, and high hopper goes over the cage, not really.
It's twice that's happened, and Gravante took that one and bounced it high over the cage. Here's Mark Moore, midfielder number 11, centers it out in front. Pritzlaff couldn't hold it. He's hit, and the ball comes down to Washington College with 4:20 to play. Here they come. They clear it very well as Kelleher races. He's chased by Bergen, who knocked the ball away from him. He's playing a great game, Bill Bergen, and now the whistle blows.
That'll be against Hobart.
Yeah, push on Bergen. He slams his stick in disgust, but he has gotten back very well defensively, showing some good speed. Really an intense player is Bill Bergen.
Oh, they're going to throw it unsportsmanlike now on Bergen as he said something as he left the field, so that will cost them another minute.
Yep. Our officials are Al Blau, Gary Fallon, and Lou Controne. None of them are from the New York area. Now, one of them is from Maryland, one's from Ohio, and the other one is from, I believe, Pennsylvania. So none of them are from Maryland or Central New York. So it's a man up again for Washington College, rather. They lead it 5-2, looking to make it 6-2 here in Geneva. Here's Yancey, centers it out in front, and Nostrand, he runs the man up from the top of the box. Giblin, he has a pair to Yancey, number 41.
Sending a lot of cutters and really clogging up the crease. Nostrand takes a high shot.
And Warren stops it and starts to clear. He does it very well. Stein races into the goal area. Look out, Stein in front to Gilliam, and the ball went by him.
Gilliam almost had it. It was one of those almost plays, not quite good enough, but they come out with the ball and have a tendency now, I think, to send it back until they can get their offensive middies on and get some people straightened out and work off some of that penalty time.
3:20 to play. First quarter, 5-2. Visiting Washington College on top of Hobart, the 6-time champs.
And they're going to take their time. They can just waste. Oh, ball down.
Giblin's going to have a chance here in an unsettled situation, but he dropped it. He can't pick it up, and it will come down to Rosa. He scoops it out. Dangerous play there. Now Hobart will start to clear. Mark Moore, 11. Left-hand cradle to the goal area. Onadny really sticking him with that stick. See how Moore handles it. He beat him. He's going to have a possible shot here. He passes it, and it went by the man.
They're even. They have been for a couple of seconds now. Ball down.
And picked up by Onadny. Close call there.
Bohm is having a good game
Boy, isn't he?
in the cage.
You know, he almost has to for them to win here today.
And the other thing they can do is
Hobart will get their shots.
That's right. And the other thing they can do is dominate offensively, and they have so far in this first quarter with just about 2:05 left in the first quarter.
Giblin being roughed up behind the cage by Stein. Great battle there. He centers one, and Papa couldn't shoot it. And the whistle blew, and a push, I believe, with 1:59 to play.
That would have to be against Washington if that's a whistle. Let's see if, unless there's too many men on the
Too
field.
many men. That's what I think they're counting. Papa had the shot, and I think that's what the call is, illegal procedure. Let's see if we can count them up here. Papa, I believe, 33, comes down with the ball off this centering pass.
Well, as we said, they're really crowding up the crease. And however, the whistle blew at that point, and they said too many men on the field, or they were counting people, so the ball will go right to the goalie.
Well, they're not a man down.
No.
So, ball goes to Hobart. And here they come. Into the attack half is Michael Guy, midfielder. Throws it to Bergen. Look out. Has a shot. And it was stopped again by Bohm. Hobart coming on the attack. Here's Guy. Moves in. His shot is wide.
Boy, they are really now taking some shots at him. The first one was not really on target, but the second one was. And Hobart wants to continue that shooting pace and put pressure on that man, number 43. But the ball down now, 36 doing a job, Dave Hilliard.
And the ball went in, and it will count. Hilliard made a great move, drew the flag, and put it in. And it is a 5-3 game.
And the penalty will be wiped out on the goal. It was a hold on Hilliard. I was just going to say Hilliard had been doing a pretty good job. But at the end, the last move, watch what happens with Hilliard, 36. You see the stick will come across, and there it is right there. He was definitely holding him, and a great job of getting the shot off.
He bounced that through his legs.
So Gilliam.
That's his 50th goal, by the way, on the season for Ray Gilliam.
And he was really being held hard on that, and he did get off a good shot, and it went in, making it now 5-3.
With a minute 25 left. So Hobart has now scored the last 2 goals after they were down 5-1 to make it 5-3. Rosa takes this face-off, knocks it ahead, and then picks it up. But a whistle. And let's see what the call is. Illegal procedure and offsides called on the Statesman. Ball back to Washington with a minute 17 left.
I think he meant, yes, Washington College was offside. Otherwise, it would have been a flag. It was a whistle. So
yes.
Hobart will get the opportunity now to get a free clear. Number 25 appears to go out to pick it up, Billy Kerr. And he does.
You know, we've talked about the great tradition here at Hobart. You saw some of the crowd there. This stadium only holds 5,000 people. There's a crowd in excess of 6 or 7 here today watching this game. They're standing all around the place. Hobart down, however, and that surprises them. Gilliam tries to cradle in front, and he lost the ball, and here comes Washington College. Kelleher makes a nifty move and then lobs it up towards midfield, the fellow big stick, Hilliard. He lost the ball. Some real heavy hitting down there. Look at that. But here's Woodfolk now. Hands off to Nostrand. 45 seconds to play. Here's Yancey. Fakes his shot twice and hands to Nostrand.
They'll get back in their offense now, settled up. Oh, ball down.
Let's see
Pass
what
lost for a
McGuan
minute.
can do with it. Now Mike Papa,
Yeah, McGuan
33.
had to get rid of it there. They had 2 men playing 1, and he got the ball off. Stein now working with Giblin.
And he beat him. Giblin moves in front. Oh, and he fired it behind his head and shot it wide, and he's down in front. It looks as if Giblin may be hurt with 15 seconds to play.
Poor pass by Warren, and that, however, will not cause any kind of a fast break as they blew the whistle to look to Giblin, who went down on the check by Stein, and he's holding on to his right knee.
He made a great move behind the cage to get away from Stein, and then he shot the ball with one hand behind his head, that is.
And he actually did it one-handed. Here's the move. He took him behind. Now he came back, rolled inside, and then just took a left-hand shot. And watch the knee. We'll see what happens. I didn't see it twist. Maybe it's only a bruise. Hopefully that's it. He appears to be in a good deal of pain.
Well,
we'll see what
hopefully
happens.
it's not too serious out there because he's
Giblin
one of their top players.
Yeah, he's also got 2 goals so far today, and he's a junior out of Binghamton, New York. And when we talked to the Hobart coaching staff, they said, you got to watch him. He didn't score much early. In fact, he didn't play much early, but he's come on very, very strong. He's gotten 35 goals, counting the 2 today. I believe that's 37, and mostly towards the latter half of the season. He appears to be all right.
Well, let's see.
That's favoring the leg, obviously, there. They're going to take a look at it, and he's going to gimp over to the sideline.
I don't.
The right leg.
Yeah, I don't see any bruise there. I think it may be an internal thing. There's no raspberry at all on that right knee of his.
He gets a nice round of applause from the folks here at Boswell Field. So far, it has been a wild one here with Washington College up by 2, and an opportunity there. Warren, by the way, you know, when he got that last ball that Giblin was hurt on, I should say, the pass went directly to a player from Washington College, and they were actually fortunate to stop the play.
Well, let's see how this Washington team adjusts without one of its top attack men. They throw it away with 3 seconds left, and the first quarter will come to an end now. And after 15 minutes, it is a surprising score here in Geneva, New York. 5-3, visiting Washington College, shocking the Hobart Statesmen.
The Chanticleer Restaurant and Motor Lodge in Geneva, New York, in the heart of the Finger Lakes. The Chanticleer prides itself on its reputation for fine cuisine and beautiful accommodations. Guests will appreciate the personal attention that makes their stay both memorable and enjoyable at the Chanticleer. So whether you're visiting Sonnenberg Gardens, Finger Lakes Racetrack, Hobart College, or the Memorial Day Weekend Lake Trout Derby, stay at the Chanticleer Motor Lodge and Restaurant in Geneva.
MTV, it's full of rock and roll gutter snipes. I suspect some of our younger executives actually watch MTV. You make me wanna cry. Last night, I forced myself to watch MTV. Revolting. I would no more watch MTV than wear white socks.
MTV, some people just don't get it.
Loving every minute of it.
We're taking a look at the most important knee in Chestertown, Maryland right about now. The right knee of Don Giblin. He scored twice here for Washington College. They lead at 5-3 in this Division III championship game. This is Bill Roth along with Dale Dreipolcher, and so far it's been a bit of a surprise for the visitors from Chestertown, Maryland, who lost here 20-4, are up 5-3. But in that 20-4 game, many of the Washington College players that are on the field today weren't in action there.
That's right. They were suspended, but that was then and this is now, and face-off controlled by Crawford, number 30. He took it away from Dollar. They've had quite a battle in the face-off circle, but Hobart slows it down for a short time anyway.
They were suspended by Coach Terry Corcoran and talking with him for some sort of social activity, some sort of party that they were not supposed to be there at, and that's what happened. Prislap, his shot is stopped by Bohm. The rebound is controlled by Washington, and Rick Cody, number 10, starts to run up. And he comes across the line, has some strong legs, and he
open on the
feeds
crease.
it. And Papa's shot, it may have been stopped, it may have hit the pipe. He definitely put it by Warren.
I think Warren got a piece of it.
Back at the midfield area, we have
a trip against Washington College, so
now we'll have a chance to take a look at what happened in and around Warren. Let's see if he makes the save.
I think Warren made the save. Papa gets the ball, one-on-one. Let's see. Oh, it's the pipe.
Hit
the pipe made the save.
Wow.
Goalie's best friend.
Well, it's a man up right now for Hobart, as Warren nearly had number 6 go by him. Let's see if they can cut the lead to 1. Rosa, left to Gravani. Behind the cage to Bergen. We just started the second quarter. It's 5-3. Here's Bergen with a shot, and the stop by Bohm. Rebound, Pritzlaff can't get it, and Bohm neatly scoops it up and hands it off to Brian Irwin.
full
Now
field
Hilliard.
pressure now. Hobart is not going to give them any kind of a free clear, and they're working very hard, but Washington College gets it over.
Wilson with the big stick.
And Matt Wilson dumps it down to get it in the box now, and they'll settle it down.
Hobart 0 of 1 in the game on man-ups. This is their second. But look at this. Here's a chance for Washington College now. As Yancey got it behind the cage to Papa. We'll keep a watch on the bench for Giblin to see if he comes back on. He's the attack man that was injured. He's not on there right now. Nostrand, number 15, races towards the cage. Beat his man, moves in behind the cage. They're being very patient in and around Warren.
Nice check. 35, Hobart. Good job, Zick.
Yancey.
It's just a little one-on-one move here.
Yes. Yancey, Papa, and Gaines are the attack now. And they drop the ball, and look out. Here come the statesman, Michael Guy. Head of steam. Past the Pritzlaff. Behind him for Gilliam, and it went out of bounds, and that'll go back to Washington College.
Nice job by Hobart. Got the ball away from John Nostrand. Got a fast break. There's Dave Urich. He's sweating up a little bit on the sideline, I think, as I think you would too in this kind of a game. I don't know how surprised they are. You know, everybody looks for Hobart. You know, we say surprised, and I think most of the fans they just kind of take it for granted, but you can tell that Washington College not intimidated, Bill. They just came here and going to play their brand of lacrosse, and so far it's been very productive for them. As they now are...
Well, they're using an attack man to help start the clear. 33 is Papa.
Yeah, and I bet you he's going to run him if he gets a chance.
He's got good speed, but that's an odd thing. You rarely see that.
Well,
the attack man.
They've got 6 men down there. They want to make sure they get the ball across. They don't want to give up a transition goal to Hobart.
Mike Gregg will try to clear it, and he can't.
That's the problem right there. Fall down again. Washington College up with it momentarily. Woodfolk's got it. He looks for an open man and gets it downfield.
To Chris Dollar, number 17. Pass to Gaines. To Papa, whistle blows.
Offside.
They went offsides again, and Terry Corcoran can't have this type of thing happening here because his team isn't going to get this type of chances all day, most likely. We got to take advantage of them.
You know, you mentioned the attack man down there. I think definitely that their strategy there is not to give up the transition goal by getting the ball taken away. So they've got as many men as they can. They said, we're going to take our time, and if we need to, we'll run it over when we get a chance. And, of course, that puts a lot of pressure on them to put full field pressure defense, and maybe they can get a break. But it didn't work that time. Ball was on the ground.
It's 5-3, Washington College here in Geneva, New York. J.C. Stein, senior, gives it to Warren, and now Hobart quickly clears. With the ball is Rosa, midfielder. Their star football player here at Hobart as well. He's being watched closely by Youngs. He beat him.
Down, yeah.
There's a chance for Rosa, and he fired it wide, but neatly backing it up is the other attack man out there for Vanny, and he centered it back in front. Now Gilliam had the ball go by his stick out of bounds, and Washington College will get it back. There's another example of their attack men just not clicking just right.
Well, and one of the things when they played Syracuse, that was the kind of thing that they didn't do, the mistake they didn't make. It seemed that every pass was right on target, and they played really at the top of their game when they beat Syracuse. And, of course, I'm sure they'd like to get back into that, but right now they're going to be forced to defend this clear as the Washington Shoremen have 6 men down to guarantee a clear.
You almost think that they'd be better off throwing it long.
Well, it attracts a lot of attention, a lot of sticks.
There we go. Open net, and he scores! He shot it from 60 yards away. Matt Wilson. What a goal that was. And it's 6-3. Warren was out of his cage. And they did throw it long. And it's 6-3. And now they are stunned.
What happened here, this is a 10-on ride, which means that everybody's playing defense, even the goalie. And so the goalie is now playing defense. If you wonder where he is, the ball is thrown long, and you'll see the goalie out of the cage trying to get back in. There's Chuck Warren. He was out playing defense, not able to get there, and the ball went right in off of Wilson's stick, and they pick up a cheap goal, but they all count.
Cheap goal, huh?
Well, they call him cheap. There's not much defense.
You think that's what he'll say in 10 years when he talks about the game?
It might even be longer when he talks about it in 10 years,
He's
right?
going to talk about that great 1-on-3 rush he made.
It was a super goal for the Shoremen, and that's the kind that can really kind of dishearten you. They have been playing that 10-on ride. Chuck Warren was out playing defense, and now Hobart wants to get back in this game.
Here's Bergen, 21. You know that the seniors are going to start to come alive now, and Bergen's one of them. They lose it again. 10:35 to play. Looked like he stepped on the line. The crowd wanted it. Now Bohm will start to clear, number 43, the keeper.
Bohm, good speed, gets the ball up. Good clear.
That's their best clear of the day, perhaps. Kelleher.
They get it down to the attack now.
Mike Pompa behind the cage. Out in front for Cody. Shot. And it was stopped by Warren. And now he'll start to clear. And a poor pass. Hobart looks a little bit shaky here.
Warren has not been passing well. He's made some good saves, but that's the second really poor pass I've seen him make. And I think that he'll be talking to the rest of his teammates, and they'll get this clear straightened out, because either somebody's not in the right position or he's throwing the ball a little bit long. But it's a lot of game left, and it's only a 3-goal lead for Washington College. And as you know, Bill, 3 goals is nothing in college lacrosse, especially at this quality level right here.
You get a little chance to see the man-on-man defense that Hobart's putting up. Yancey is 41. 26 is Giblin, with the bad knee. This is his first shift since he got hurt, and he looks to be okay. Remember, he hurt his knee earlier. Cradles behind the cage on Stein. That was the matchup that he got hurt on. He centers it, and the shot taken by Yancey bounced over the cage.
Yancey very strong. Yancey got that ball on the crease, and he turned to make the shot. They had 3 people with sticks on him. He just powered the ball past it. Wasn't directly on the cage, but I was surprised he got the shot off.
We have 9:44 to play in the second quarter. 6-3, Washington College on top. Here's Giblin, 26, matched up on Stein once again. That's a good battle. Stein
went over the head there. He's going to try to force him out.
And he knocked the ball away, and it's popped high into the air. And it
Great job by Arkeson. He dribbled the ball to himself. Now he starts the break.
Sweely starts it, and here he comes. Into the goal area. He may try to wind it up. Nope, he's going to pass it off to Pritzlaff. He fires it to the near side to Torgler, and now the whistle blows.
They're going to push call, I believe, with possession. That'll cost them 30 seconds, as Mike Papa, I believe, will be called for the push, number 33, for Washington College, and a man-up opportunity will now be given to the Statesman of Hobart.
Well, let's take a close look. Now, they'll be on this man-up. Let's take a look at the passing of Gilliam, Gravani, and Pritzlaff. They're the 3 attack men. Let's see if they can work this ball around out here right now, because there have been misfiring on many passes. This is Rosa, midfielder.
They've got Bergen in there, 21 on the wing. Now he moves the crease. He's open on the crease.
And Rosa fired it wide.
And 21, Bill Bergen, the senior out of West Genesee High School, was open on the crease. They couldn't get the ball to him. And I don't know how much time has elapsed, but I believe they still have some time left.
They do. This is Bergen to Moore.
Bergen open.
Back in front, and Bergen is stopped by Bohm. What a chance there, but the Washington goalie said no to the shot of Bergen. Now they'll start the clear, and they do it successfully. Tom Gaines steps across midfield, gives it to Nostrand, fellow midfielder. This is Yancey behind the cage.
Same matchup. Giblin and Stein. Yancey goes to the crease.
He's got his knee bandaged, it appears, but he seems to be okay. Number 26, Don Giblin, Jr. from Binghamton. Pass to Yancey's, picked off by Stein, or rather, not by Stein.
Arkeson, I believe.
Yeah.
Momentarily, ball still down. Washington College up with it.
With 8:04 to play.
McGuan has it, and he gets it down. They're going to set it up. Yancey's got it and goes behind. Feeds the crease. Oh.
And he fired it to Bergen, and he'll race up.
Dollar was actually open on the crease. Bad pass gives Hobart a fast break.
And Bergen moves in with a shot, and it was way over the cage. Nostrand caught up with him, and it went out of bounds, and it'll go to Washington College.
You know what's going to be a factor here, Bill, is depth, because these teams have been running all out. since the beginning of the game, and your second and third midfielders and big sticks, you've got to have some quality there that's going to be able to endure for this whole game because they've been running very, very hard.
Dave Urich has never lost a playoff game as a coach. He's won every single one of them, and he's won 6 national championships.
Once again, we're going to see that full-on ride as the goalie from Hobart is out of the cage, and now it's picked off. The pass picked off by Arkeson.
And they stay on sides, and Gravani feeds Gilliam, fired it behind him. Another example. Gravani fired it right behind Gilliam.
That looked like it was off a Washington College stick, but they give the ball to Washington College. We look at this crowd here on this beautiful day. One thing I think that we should keep in mind is, as you said, Bill, they played Washington College early in the season. Just annihilated them, but there have been some problems. Some people have been suspended. But I think that went to the advantage of Washington College as they come here because they've got nothing to lose. And we'll see what they can do. We'll be right back with the score 6-3 in favor of Washington College.
Don't wait any longer. Don't miss out. Now's the time to register for the Hobart College Summer Sports Camps. Lacrosse coach Dave Urich will have 2 sessions of his popular lacrosse camp for boys ages 12 to 18. You'll be instructed in team concepts and individual skills by a staff of college and high school coaches. You'll practice dodging, feeding, scooping, shooting. There'll be daily scrimmages, movies, lectures, and competition among players of similar skills. For just $195, you get room, board, insurance, a camp shirt, and this free Brian Shotgun Lacrosse Stick. And Hobart Summer Sports Camps mean more than just lacrosse. There's swimming June 29th to July 5th, football from July 6th through the 11th, and Hobart has separate boys and girls basketball sessions, as well as boys and girls soccer camps. All campers in all sports will have use of the college's swimming pool, basketball, squash, and racquetball courts. So don't wait. For registration information, call 315-789-5500 or write Hobart Summer Sports Camps, Hobart College, Geneva, 14456.
It's a 6-3 Washington College lead over Hobart here at Boswell Field, which is jam-packed today. This is Bill Roth along with Dale Dreipolcher, capping off just a super lacrosse weekend on Cable 13. Bohm had problems getting the ball out of his stick there. He'll get the return pass and try it once again. This is a different ride now by Hobart, showing a couple of different looks Dave Urich is. Again, they throw it long, and Warren went way up to grab it. That one would have gone wide. Now Warren will start the clear, and he fires it up to Torgler, 47. Steps across midfield. This is Symington, 33, and he scores! James Symington, the native of England, put that one in, and it's a 6-4 game.
Good show.
That was a jolly good play by the man, eh?
Symington took a shot. I don't think that it was supposed to go in, but it did. There was the shot. It was to the wide side of the goalie, as Bohm did not seem to be able to follow it, and I think it was bounced off another player, and it went in the cage. They all count.
Symington's taking the face-off.
We've got 2 new face-off men in there.
That's Dollar again against Symington.
Symington, I'm sorry, Dollars remains the same.
And he won the face-off. Symington did. Number 33. How about that for the Hobart? He's a sophomore from Cheshire, England. Again, they misfire on a pass.
Good pressure by Brian Irwin actually caused that. The defenseman for Washington College, but the ball is still being contested.
And now each team has scored a fluke goal of sorts. And it's a 6-4 game. And another whistle. We have 6 minutes and 10 seconds to play here from Boswell Field in the first half. And you're right, Dale.
Hobart ball right on the spot. Yancey, I believe, might have been called for the push. There was a lot of pushing and shoving. As we look at the Washington College sideline, Coach Terry Corcoran.
He's 46-15 as a head coach. Last couple of years, he's lost what they call the big one. It's been this one, Dave Urich. So the folks in Maryland want to see this Washington College team win. Here's Symington shooting one, and it went wide of bone. Neatly backed up by Gravani to Gilliam. 5 minutes, 58 seconds left, second quarter. Gilliam will cradle out on front. Spins left, right, shoots it wide. But a fine play by Pritzlaff. He centers it. And Symington will get it in 25, 30 yards from the cage, but it went right through his legs. And Symington is run over by Woodfolk.
Nice job, yes. Ball back down. Woodfolk's got it. What are we going to have, a push or an offside?
He stepped offside on Hobart. That'll be Washington College ball. And it was Symington that stepped across after the big stick had ran into the offensive end of the field. Well, each team has scored a fluke goal of sorts. What type of momentum do you think they have right now? Each goalie has to feel a little bit perplexed over the goals that they have just let in.
It's interesting, you know, the goalies are supposed to just shake those off, and they don't count, and you go right back to square one. Yeah. Hey, we'll see this ride again if it exists, because we will see Warren out of the cage. He's still there now.
In Washington College, that's Wilson back to Bohm. They'll try to dissect it. They'll try the right side this time, and it works. They get the ball across, and this is McGuan, number 16, hit from behind neatly by Han in the big stick. They both go down, and the ball was picked up by Torgler. To Warren. Now the Hobart clear. See how Zick does it. Spells his last name Z-Y-C-H. Gets the ball across midfield to Arkeson.
They stay on side and they change and get the big sticks off and the littler sticks on. Number 21 picks it up for them. Bergen.
He's a feisty player. Beat his man. Here's Bill Bergen moving in. Beat his second man. Moore. Stopped. 4:35 to play, second quarter.
A classic example of feeding the crease, and they got the ball in to number 7, Rusty Pritzlaff, but he couldn't get a shot off. Washington College defense pushed him out. There you get a shot of what the goalie, Bohm, sees. And he's talking, you bet, to his defenseman, letting him know where the ball is.
There's Ray Gilliam. Flag goes down. Gilliam gets pushed, and the ball's dropped, and now we'll have the call.
It could be a slash or a hold. We'll see what it is.
It'll go on Hobart, or on Washington College, rather.
That's a hold.
Hobart will be a man up with 4:22 to play. Again, they can cut it to a one-goal game. Washington College jumped out to a 3-1 lead.
Interference.
They've not been able to cut it closer than 2. They had it down to 5-3. But then it was 6-3 before Symington's goal made it 6-4.
Now they're man up.
Bergen fires the ball around. 6-on-5 in front of Bohm here inside this goal area. Gilliam beat his man to his right, shoots it, and the stop was made. It never got to the cage.
You're right.
It was stopped by a defender, and Bergen will chase it down.
It'll
roll out of bounds.
It remains a shot. You're right. Bill Bergen right on top of it. We'll give him another chance, but the ball did never get there, Bill Roth. It really, a lot of traffic on the crease, and somebody took a shot, but that's the kind of stuff you like to see when you're the goalie.
Someone's going to have a bruise.
Yes.
Bergen again. Great feed in front, goal by Moore. Mark Moore makes it 6-5. Fine pass by Bergen. I don't know how he saw him. Because he was moving to his left and he fired it back to his right.
They got the ball. They whipped it across against that zone defense that you play when you're man down. Hilliard, 36, slides over, but it's way too late. He really applies the shot, but not before the ball is put in the goal by Mark Moore.
And it's a one-goal game. face-off now taken by Rosa. Wins it cleanly. Moving in front, Kritzlaff.
Oh, pipe.
He hit the pipe to the left of Bohm, and it went out of bounds to Washington College.
Great hustle by number 30, Pat Youngs from Washington College, as that ball really caromed off the pipe. And Youngs chased it down, as you said, and was there while it went out of bounds. They got the ball back.
3:45 to play, 6-5. The visitors, Washington College, on top of the home team, Hobart.
Matt Wilson going to handle. We'll see what kind of ride they use. Looks like a 10-on ride, everybody guarding somebody. And this is the last time they had this ride that we saw the long 60-yard shot. But we'll see that Chuck Warren is staying more in the cage now and is not out.
Nostrand gets it across. Nearly offside. He made a fine play to keep it. McGuan lost it, however. Hobart will come back quickly.
Arkeson up with a ground ball.
And again, they misfire. Gilliam had the ball go behind him. This one will stay in play, however.
Woods on the end line plays it well, gets by two Hobart people.
And he outlets the ball to John Nostrand, number 15, a senior from Baldwinsville, New York.
They're going to go back, redirect, and set up this clear. They've had a good success rate, Hobart has, of stopping these clears.
Under 3 minutes now, first half. There's Dollar moving in, and the ball knocked away from him. They'll chase it down. McGuan goes after it, and he picks it up.
Yancey at the point.
Hands off on the left to Cody moving in, behind the cage. This is Tom Gaines. This is their second attack here.
That's J.C. Stein on Gaines.
On Dan Dukar out of Canandaigua. First time we've seen this second attack.
Yep.
Gaines centers it out in front for Cody, turns and shoots it, and the stop was made by Warren.
He just got out of that crease before the 4 seconds was up and the ball's down.
Watch out, Warren's out of the cage, ball loose in front.
Stein after it.
Dukar couldn't come down with it, and here comes Hobart as they settle the ball, and Stein feeds it across.
Arkeson across with a big stick, and he'll want to get rid of that as quickly as possible to somebody with a smaller stick. He does, Billy Kerr.
And Kerr races to the goal area. We're under a minute 50 now. 6-5 is our score. Number 36 is Anderson.
He's got great speed, Bill. I've seen him before.
This is Rosa moving in as a shot, and it was stopped by Bone. And he starts to clear to Cody. We have a minute and a half to play in the second quarter. 6-5 is the score. And Cody fires it long to Gaines. Now Papa. Here's the first attack back on.
Papa beats
Mike
Stein.
Papa shoots. Oh, and it just went wide. He made a great play on Stein, didn't he, Dale?
Yeah, he had a couple of steps on him, and he took that one-hand shot. Didn't go, but a good move. Ball down. Warren up with it. Outlet.
And a dangerous play to Anderson. And now Hobart on the run. Bill Kerr turns and spins by Papa. Back to Anderson to the goal area. Moves in and slows things up. 50 seconds to play, and Rosa will take a look at that scoreboard clock, and a flag goes down.
Offside against Washington College.
Well, they're going to move to the cage right now.
They got to keep it in the box.
Yep, Rosa on the right.
He's not getting much help. Oh, he's out. He's on the line.
Yep.
That'll stop it.
Good call, Dale. Offsides. And a 30-second technical will be called, and Washington College is going to take a timeout with 36 seconds to play.
As I looked down there, I saw it. I don't know exactly who was offside, but there were 8 people over in the offensive half of the field and only 2 back, and of course that's not kosher. That's offside, so it was called. But what they want to do is get a shot off, because even if they stop it, they get another opportunity. But Hobart did not get a shot off, and they will, when they come back, have a 30-second penalty with 36 seconds left, Bill.
Well, Hobart defeated Roanoke in the first round 29-1 on this field. Then Cortland State came to town and they beat them 22-8. Again, Hobart went 14-1. The only game they lost was to Johns Hopkins. And of course, as you saw here on Cable 13, they defeated Syracuse and Rutgers. They're 9-0 versus Division III teams and 5-1 versus Division I. Monday night, you'll be able to see the Orangemen, that's tomorrow, against Rutgers in the NCAA quarterfinals. The winner goes to the Final Four in Newark, Delaware. The Orangemen, like Washington College, have lost 2 straight championship games. The Shoremen in action here today have lost to Hobart. SU has lost to Johns Hopkins, but the Orangemen will try against Rutgers, and you can see it tomorrow night at 8, right here on Cable 13. It's a man up right now for the Hobart Statesmen. Gilliam, number 23, left-hand cradle. On the left side for Guy, and he fired it high of the cage with 25 seconds left. You almost have to feel that it could be a very key goal if they tie it up. This is very important last 20 seconds right here.
It'd be nice to go into the locker room with that if you're a Hobart fan.
Bergen to Gilliam. This is Moore. He has a goal today. Fires it in front to Guy, and his shot is stopped by Bohm behind the head with 8 seconds left. There's the save of the day by Bohm. And this first half will come to an end as Washington College gets it across the midline, and that is the end of the first half. And Washington College, thanks to that man, Mr. Bohm, has a 1-goal lead, 6-5. He's played outstanding lacrosse, and we'll be back here at Boswell Field in just a bit. A halftime score, Washington 6, Hobart 5.
Don't wait any longer. Don't miss out. Now's the time to register for the Hobart College Summer Sports Camps. Lacrosse coach Dave Urich will have 2 sessions of his popular lacrosse camp for boys ages 12 to 18. You'll be instructed in team concepts and individual skills by a staff of college and high school coaches. You'll practice dodging, feeding, scooping, shooting. There'll be daily scrimmages, movies, lectures, and competition among players of similar skills. For just $195, you get room, board, insurance, a camp shirt, and this free Bryan shotgun lacrosse stick. And Hobart summer sports camps mean more than just lacrosse. There's swimming June 29th to July 5th, football from July 6th through the 11th, and Hobart has separate boys and girls basketball sessions, as well as boys and girls soccer camps. All campers in all sports will have use of the college's swimming pool, basketball, squash, and racquetball courts. So don't wait. For registration information, call 315-789-5500 or write Hobart Summer Sports Camps, Hobart College, Geneva, 14456.
We are at halftime of today's Division III NCAA championship game between Hobart and Washington College. My name is Bill Roth, and I'm joined by 2 members that are very familiar to Hobart lacrosse fans. Mark Van Arsdale, the MVP in last year's Division III championship lacrosse game, and Michael Hanna, the athletic director here at Hobart. And we're going to talk a little bit about something that's very important to the success of the Hobart lacrosse program, Mr. Hanna, and that is the summer camp that you have here in Geneva, New York.
That's right, Bill. It's not the intent of the camp necessarily to feed young men to our college team here at Hobart, but as we looked down the roster the other day, Coach O'Hare and Dave Urich and myself, we counted a total of 12 of the 36 players on the 1986 team who, when they were junior high school or high school age kids, attended the Hobart Summer Lacrosse Camp.
As we have seen, many powerful lacrosse programs are built from the way that children are taught how to play the game from a very young age. By the time they get into high school, they really need some expert teaching. What type of things do you instruct at your camp?
We start at square one with the fundamentals, both on a weekly basis and on a daily basis. And we spend a great deal of time in the morning stressing individual skills, the fundamentals of the game, and in the afternoon we'll build up to more team concepts and half-field scheme, and then in the evenings we have full-field games. And as the week goes on, we concentrate more on full field and team concepts than we do the individual things. But every day and every session includes either some individual fundamental instruction and review along with the team drilling.
Mark Van Arsdale no longer plays for Hobart, but he did, and last year in this game you were the MVP. Can you trace your learning skills back to the lacrosse camp at Hobart?
Yes, I can. I attended the very first camp they had at Hobart, and all through high school from about the age of 11 to the age 18, I went to camp at the Hobart camp, and I think it was a major contributor to my knowledge of the game. And it also provides a chance for kids that play against each other, a chance to develop some very good friendships that are going to last for a long time. I know some of the people that I met at the lacrosse camps who not only attended Hobart but attended other schools have remained good friends, and we've kept in contact over the years.
How about the tradition of Hobart lacrosse here in Geneva?
Well, it's something I grew up with. I was a ball boy from 6th to 8th grade over here at the games, and my older brother played here, and I was able to play here. And it's something that really wears on you in Geneva. It's something that you feel. I know I get that feeling anytime I come back here. It's just a certain aura about the Hobart lacrosse. And I think the camp adds a lot to that.
Now, in your lacrosse days and learning how to play the game, what type of things do you think you perhaps picked up the most at this camp?
I think a lot of the thinking skills that are needed on the field, and just also the physical skills. But I think the knowledge of the game that you get when you're exposed to people like Coach Hanna, Coach Urich, in a camp situation where they can deal with you on a one-to-one level, I think that's the major factor that makes the camp so good.
Mike Hanna, as co-director of the camp, you've got to see a lot of super lacrosse players that come here over the summer.
We do. We get all kinds. We get them from Colorado to Florida to right here in Geneva, and we have novices, kids who've really never played the game before, and we have kids who, when they approach their high school senior year, will be highly recruited. One of the nice aspects of the camp that we really stress is that there's no pressure on the kids to make a team. So they shouldn't feel badly about making a mistake. We emphasize that they should work on the things that are hard for them. If they're very comfortable with their right hand, we want the stick in their left hand as much that week as possible. And we want them to make mistakes and to work very hard on the things that are difficult for them. And then when they leave, and it's a concentrated session, we're on the field 9 hours a day. But there's plenty of time for other things. We put them in the pool, and we have movies at night, and snack bar, and the meals here on the campus. If you were to take a survey of the college and high school coaches who work on our staff, that's probably the favorite part of them coming here, the meals in our dining hall. We're blessed with an excellent dining facility, but it's a great week for kids.
Sure. If they're interested, they should contact whom?
They can contact the Hobart Athletic Department. Our phone number, I think, is listed in your graphics today, and they can either ask for myself or Dave Urich or our secretaries. We're all plugged into the summer camp, and we have all the information right at the tip of our tongues.
That's Mike Hanna, the athletic director here at Hobart, and Mark Van Arsdale, a great attack man from the Hobart Statesman.
You know, the world's changed a lot since I went to this high school. It's a faster track out there today with a lot more competition. But do you know that over 50 million people can't even compete in today's job market because they've given themselves a handicap? They didn't finish high school. And without a high school diploma, you've got big problems. It's going to be tough getting any job with a real future. And forget about college. Why give yourself that handicap? Why?
Hey, I'm not dropping out. Don't look at me. How you doing, Ed?
Good, Ed. Yeah. So if you're thinking about quitting school, think about your future instead. And here's a free booklet you should read. It's called The High Cost of Dropping Out, and it gives you some really good reasons for staying in.
Can I see that, Ed?
For your copy, call this toll-free number.
Don't start your future with a handicap.
Look at this.
Wow.
And we welcome you back to Boswell Field in Geneva, New York. And there's that surprising halftime score. The Shoremen of Washington College lead Hobart 6-5 at halftime. This is Bill Roth along with Dale Drypolcher. And when we came in, we thought, uh-oh, it's going to be a blowout. It started out a blowout the other way.
That's right. One thing I think that Coach Urich told us before the game, he says everybody's going to go all out, run, and they've done exactly that from the opening face-off.
It's been very physical, and I think the goal that maybe perhaps most typifies what has happened to Hobart here today is the long 65-yard goal. Take a look at this.
Well, they had the goalie was out playing defense. They had a 10-on ride, and the defenseman just took a long shot. And you see goalie late getting over. Chuck Warren couldn't get there in time, and that was it. That was the goal, and that usually gives you a little momentum, and it did too for Washington College.
Yes, it did. And as shaky as Warren was on that play, Bohm was just stupendous in the cage, and he made a save as the first half came to an end on Bergen.
He's been hot. Bowman's been hot, I think, since the beginning of the game, and that save that he made, I think, really typifies what they can do, and I think that it picked the team up. It's more than just a save. It's something that really saves the momentum for the whole team, and I think Bohm, if he stays hot, is really going to give him a game. As we come into the second half in the 6-5 game, what type of things do you think that maybe the Hobart coach told his team, because they're not down often at halftime? Well, you know, let's stop dropping the ball on passes. We're making two good passes, dropping the third one. We got to be more consistent. Pick up the ground balls and let's play across. Now we'll get a chance to see the save that Bohm made on Gore. No, we won't get a chance to see that, but we will get the chance to see in the second half, I'm sure, more super goaltending by Bohm. That's right. I'm looking forward. It's going to be a good second half. We'll be back with the start of the second half in just a minute.
Metro.
Hot.
Hello, I'm Paul Burt.
More than 35 million Africans face starvation. CARE is bringing them food. Please help. Call toll-free 1-800-457-0400.
Hobart winning the initial face-off keeps scoring chances alive. Shot down, Woodfolk up with it, and he's going to transition it for Washington College. Score remains 6-5.
And Washington College here quickly coming out of the second half. You haven't missed a thing. The Shoremen have a one-goal lead, 6-5.
Shots in that first half. Hobart 27, Washington College 20. Ooh. Oh, all the way in, too close.
And
Nice
Warren
save.
made a big save there. Let's get a chance to run down these halftime numbers. 27-30 were the shots. And 6-5, 6 times Hobart. Let the ball go in. Warren gave up 6 goals in that first half.
Crown Ballstad 36 for Hobart in the first half, 26 for Washington College. But Washington College just really dominated the early action, and right now Hobart back in the game.
Down by a goal, and here they come. With it is Guy, 16, shooting one, and he scores, and we are tied at 6. Michael Guy scores 58 seconds into this third quarter, and it is a new game, all tied at 6-6 as he put that one by Bohm.
And that's the 6th different person to score for Hobart. Fritzlaff, Rosa, Gilliam, Symington, Moore, and now Guy scores the 6th goal, and that ties it up. There he is, number 16, out of Bishop Ludden High School, Syracuse. And there's the shot. We'll see it right now. Not particularly hard, but well placed off the stick, I think, of number 43, Bohm, and he did not control it, and it went in the goal.
You may be able to say that he should have had that one. So we're tied at 6.
Dollar up with the face-off for Washington College.
They fared well in face-offs. They dropped the ball, but it's picked up by Cody. He gives the ball across to Brian Irwin. Left to right.
Lots
in here, and they've dropped the ball, and look out, here comes the Hobart College statesman. Rosa shoots and scores! And it's a 7-6 game. Rosa put it in by Bohm. He got knocked down after he shot it. And Hobart has its first lead of the day. A minute 24 into the second half. They lead it 7-6.
That was Rosa's second goal. And they have just really come out and established some momentum. And you can see on the replay, Rosa, they really mugged the ball carrier, yeah. The stick wielder before that took the ball away from him, and you saw the result was Rosa's second goal of the day. But I was going to say that their strategy appears to be to go after whoever has got the ball in his stick. They're double and triple teaming, and they got the ball on that and came up with a goal.
Hobart wins its 12th face-off.
Crawford not quite in possession now.
Knocked it into the goal area. He and Fritzlaff on the same team battle, and Rusty Fritzlaff has it. To Bergen. Hobart coming on now. He shoots it wide. You can really feel them coming like a machine. Coming right at you. Ball back to Washington. And Gravani puts up a stink about that.
Well, they changed the call. The man who scored that long goal, Matt Wilson, 29, was there to, he thought, get the possession, and he did, but Hobart thought they had it, and Matt Wilson, 29, will bring it in for the Washington College Shoremen.
They're down by a goal now. First time on the afternoon that they have trailed to this Hobart team. Mike McGuan, he's a sophomore. You can see the way they're really pressing the ride here. 2 goals in the first minute 24 for Hobart here. Here's McGuan.
They are really going after that ball, and they are not going to let Washington College have anything.
Giblin now, 26, watched by Stein. They've been on each other all day long. Now Cody, number 10. Cradles. Watched by Hannon, senior, out of Garden City. Cody to his left. Stick up around the neck. Play goes on. Cody drops the ball. Picks it back up. Behind to Yancey. Centers it to Papa. Drops the ball. And look out. Here comes Hobart on the run. They're up by a goal, looking to make it 2.
Good job. Nice clear.
Sweely.
Yeah, he felt the pressure. He still got the ball. He waited until the people came across before he goes back. Nice job, number 38, Sweely.
Now Bergen moves in.
Oh,
centers one in
the
front,
crease.
and Gravani dropped the ball before he could shoot it. They play it back towards the midfield area, and it comes back into Hobart real estate, and here come the Statesmen once again. Pritzlaff in front. Oh, and the ball went by Bergen, who gets nailed, and play goes on. Fans wanted something there. Bergen was elbowed.
Arkeson down playing offense with that big stick.
Gives it to Gilliam behind the cage. Hobart on the attack again. Gilliam centers it out in front, and his shot was stopped by Bohm, and the rebound. Bergen chases it down along with Onadny.
Boy, they are really getting the ground balls. They picked up every ground ball, I think, this half.
Bergen to Gilliam, and he was stopped by Bohm, and the rebound comes down to Cody. West of the Washington College goalie being tested severely here.
McGuan had it. He still does. Gets it in the box. Nobody picks him up. Now he does. And the pass, poor pass, may go out of bounds, and it does. And you see the tactic of Hobart is simply to pressure the ball and really put a lot of pressure on that man, get more shots on him, and they have come up with a couple here, making it 7-6 after being down 6-5 at half.
Larry Bohm, he's out of Deer Park, New York. His save percentage coming into the game, Dale, and we noted this, that it was low, 44%. But he's been super here today for the Washington College Shoremen out of Chestertown, Maryland. Let's see how they clear it. Hobart threw it away. Good ride there by Washington College to force the turnover. And now they'll send their attack back on. Gaines, Giblin, and Yancey, although Giblin doesn't come on this time. And instead it is Dollar at attack. No, I'm wrong. I am wrong. It is Giblin.
Dollar has been playing extremely well down there, number 17. He's doing yeoman duties, facing off, and has got 2 goals on the day.
This is Nostrand, midfielder, kicked it ahead, and it comes down to Bruce Yancey, senior out of Manlius, the team's leading scorer, number 41. Across to McGuan. Spins around Hannon. Yep, exactly. They're not going to let this guy wind up, it appears.
He's looking for help. He finally gets some.
As he finds Giblin, who hurt his knee in the second quarter, but has come back to play well. He dropped it behind the cage, picks it up, and he hands it off quickly to Gaines. He centers it back out to Nostrand. 10:26 to play. Man cutting in front, dropped the ball. It's loose on the field, and it's picked up by the Statesman. This is Schmidt dropping it now.
They'll get it to the goalie here in a minute, I think.
Exactly right. Warren comes down with it, and he'll start to clear. And
he'll set it up. They're going to put pressure on it now. Washington College is going to pressure. Well, they sit back now. They needed some help there changing middies, and they get him in now. Warren's got the ball. We see from the end zone that he gets the ball out to the wing. Ball down, dropped momentarily, picked up now by Hobart.
What you can see is how each man stays with his man. Each Washington College man staying right with a Hobart player.
Nice ride. Hobart not panicking. Going to settle down and see if they can get some help from the midfielders cutting up at the midfield line, as somebody's going to go down and play Warren here in a minute. They're going to zone him. Yancey will zone him and then give him some pressure.
Exactly. The only one that isn't playing anyone is Bohm, the goalie. He's staying in his cage. Hobart taking its time with 9 minutes, 23 seconds left in the third quarter. This is Rosa, 13, and he's turned back by Yancey, and now a whistle blows. Illegal procedure is the call against Hobart.
Perhaps stalling. They did not get the ball up. We couldn't hear or see any signs made.
Terry Corcoran happy about that. His team's down by 1.
Well, they did a great
job. They haven't scored here yet in the first 5:43 of this third quarter. They'll give it a shot now. Cody cradles on the right in the goal area. Now Yancey, whose team's down by 1, tries to come out in front on Warren. He does. Threw it away. Now a race for these big sticks against the attack men, and the attack men win it. As
we'll see who
the
it's
ball
off.
went off of Pritzlaff, I believe. Let's see what the call is.
Official looking. He did not see it. There'll be a face-off. They'll have to face it off. Nobody. All the officials said, I didn't see it. Did you see it? No, I didn't see it. So they'll face it off right where it went out of bounds.
Number 7, Pritzlaff, said that he got it last.
Sure, I'm exactly sure he did. Right. What do you think from Washington College? Yeah, no, it went off his stick.
Well, so Rosa will face it off against Dollar. They'll determine the site now. 13 is Rosa, 17 is Dollar. Now they'll have to try to move the players back. They're all crowding around.
Got to give them that 5 yards. And they're going to move Woodfolk back and Jim Hannon back from Hobart. You see him there on the left.
No restraining line now. You can sort of cheat a little bit, and let's see if they do. You can sort of see them edging in.
Right. A little step at a
You
time.
can see each guy sneaking in a step closer. Because there's no line to judge. Whistle blows, and there they go. And Rosa wins it, falls down, and lost the ball. And here comes Washington College. Brian Kelleher, number 20.
Hilliard with the big stick up, just gets to the box, drops the ball.
He's a junior out of New York City. He'll race back to midfield, and they'll get their entire contingent of middies on there. This is Giblin.
There's a horn, so they're going to drop their hats, see what the problem is. Could be an illegal substitution.
Yep, that exactly is what happened. What happened was that the player, the big stick that was on the offensive end of the field, ran back to get on sides, and a player ran off the bench before he did. So they'll give the ball back to Hobart, and that is something that isn't really what the Washington College coach Corcoran wanted to see. Yet the fans here, I'm sure, enjoyed seeing their team get the ball back.
They don't get a free clear out of it. They'll have to do it again. And the last time they cleared the ball, they had extreme difficulty and gave up the ball.
Yeah, Warren hasn't passed the ball real well. Let's see what he does here.
Nice pass there.
Yes, he does. Came right down to Sweely. He'll spin around. Woodfolk can beat him with a big stick. Look at Sweely moving in. And he missed the ball as he tried to shoot it. An odd play. And he got pushed from behind. And Hobart will go a man up. Fine play by Sweely to draw the penalty.
Terry Corcoran is irate on the sideline. He was complaining about that call as soon as the flag left the pocket. And, of course, it doesn't do any good, but it makes you feel a lot better.
You can hear him on the sideline saying, how many man-ups are you going to give him? Well,
can you imagine an official ever saying, oh, hey, you're absolutely right. I'm going to reverse that call. I really see your point.
That doesn't happen very often. Here's Moore, fires on the right side. Hobart man up, they lead at 7-6. D'Amaco behind the cage now, setting things up. In front, and a quick shot is taken wide as Rosa fired it.
As you look at Bohm, very quick, and he really anticipated that shot. I'm sure they've gotten tape on Hobart. We'll look at the end zone now, but he's very, very quick, and he anticipates where the ball is going to come from.
Gaines now behind the cage. He's number 11. They'll look for the feeder in front, and there he is, but he fired off the side of the net. Now it goes wide. Well, Bergen fired it off the side of the net, and the ball will belong to Hobart.
Mark
they
Moore
nearly scored.
I was going to say Mark Moore, number 11, and number 21, Bergen down there really did a nice job. Bergen dove to the end line to get there in order to keep the ball for the Statesmen on the shot. And they're all even now.
Here's Moore behind the cage. And Bergen missed again.
Boy, they have been peppering Bohm, however, and have been dominating time of possession. We don't keep that, of course, but they have done a great job of keeping the ball in their offensive half of the field, Hobart has.
Mark Moore out of Horseheads. Left hand cradle, shoots it, and Bohm stopped it. And he'll start the clear. That goalie's played well in his final collegiate game.
This is what Hobart has done since the second half started, which is go after the ground ball and get it.
Yes.
See the crease, poor pass, something we've seen a little bit, maybe too much of, I think, for Coach Urich's sensibilities.
I'm sure that's one thing he did tell his team. There's Dave Urich, that maybe they're pressing a little bit, because I remember talking with some of the players in the Cortland State game. They were only up by 6 goals, I guess it was.
Yeah.
They said, boy, we can't stand being in a close game like this. And they were down at halftime here. So maybe they're feeling the pressure of this winning streak.
I think that Washington College is certainly a much improved team from when they saw them. And as we mentioned before, that situation of having suspended players didn't give them a real good look at what Washington College can do.
Here is the Washington College clear. Rick Cody, number 10.
Nice job of clearing that time.
Ahead to Giblin. 2-goal scorer today. Back to Cody. 7-6 is the score. Hobart leads this game by 1. They've held Washington scoreless in the second half. Nostrand. Now Giblin, number 26 on Stein. Comes out in front, centers it, it's down, and Cody couldn't get a stick on it. It pops up into the air. Gaines goes for it. And a heavy hit down low. It was Yancey that knocked down, I believe it was Korgler, but Hobart will clear it nonetheless with 6 minutes to play.
Oh, nice give and go.
Symington with a shot, and he scores! Symington makes it 8-6. His second goal. And there is the biggest lead of the day for the Statesmen, as Symington makes it 8-6.
Well, Symington came out. They transferred the ball. It was a great give and go. Dave Urich got to be very happy about it, but we'll see it from the end zone. Watch 33 as he just got the pass and just takes a left-hand shot down low on the opposite, the offside of goalie Bohm. And there he is, number 33, as he gives Hobart their 8th goal. And perhaps a little bit of breathing room at 8-6, but of course there's a lot of time left in this game, as these fans know it's a beautiful day here and they're sophisticated fans.
Yes.
So we'll see what Washington College can do. Right now they're down by 2, and we'll be back in just a second with more lacrosse from Boswell Field.
In Geneva, New York, in the heart of the Finger Lakes, the Chanticleer prides itself on its reputation for fine cuisine and beautiful accommodations. Guests will appreciate the personal attention that makes their stay both memorable and enjoyable at the Chanticleer. So whether you're visiting Sonnenberg Gardens, Finger Lakes Racetrack, Hobart College, or the Memorial Day Weekend Lake Trout Derby, stay at the Chanticleer Motor Lodge and Restaurant in Geneva.
So what happens now?
Metro. Hi. Hello. I'm Hobart.
It's a 8-6
face-off
game.
Set here. 5:55 left. Bill Roth.
All right, Dale. 8-6 is the score. And again, problems with the face-off. An illegal procedure called right there on Hobart. Well, I'm not sure exactly what Symington did. He has been one of 3 statesmen that have taken face-offs today, along with Crawford and Rosa. There's our score. Hobart has come back after trailing 6-5 at the half. They've tallied 3 times here in this third quarter. They lead at 8-6. There's our quarter-by-quarter scoring, and that big 0 there in the third quarter is what has hurt Washington. They haven't really had that many chances, but let's see if they can get one going right now as McGuan moves in. He shoots and scores, and it's 8-7. There goes the goose egg in a hurry. McGuan took matters into his own hands.
He certainly did. Number 16, Mike McGuan, is a sophomore out of Waterloo. And let's see if we can pick it up. We're at the far end zone, and there he's going to take a left-hand shot. And there's the shot right there. And
down low.
Yep, he went up high. The goalie came up high, but McGuan put it beneath him.
And the reason was because Symington
not
was
ready
called
to
for
play,
illegal
perhaps.
procedure on the face-off. So now Crawford will take this one on Dollar. And Terry Corcoran's team does get on the scoreboard here in this third quarter. It's 8-7, 5:43 to play. The winner is the national champ. Crawford, again, they're moving the face-off away from the exact center of the field because of the dirt there. Crawford and Dollar.
You can see the dirt move.
And out of the dust, the ball comes down to Hannon, number 3, the big stick. Terry Corcoran wanted a push, I believe, called on one of the Hobart players.
They're going to go after it. I was going to say they'll go after Crawford. He is not known for his stick handling, and when he's got the ball and can't get rid of it, they're going to go after him. They did, and the ball's down.
Youngs of
Stein gets it up.
Yes, he fires it into the attack half of the field for the Statesmen, and here comes Bergen quickly into the goal area. In front to Pritzlav. They center it, and the pass was picked off by Bohm. Great play by the senior goalie. Here comes Washington College, down by a goal. Boy, are they playing well. Dollar, after being thought perhaps to be a 15-goal underdog, they're right in this thing. Quick shot, and the save was made by Warren. The rebound is loose and nearly rolled in.
Stein was right there to put his stick on the ball.
Across midfield comes Arkeson. as Bergen racing towards the cage, but doesn't get it to him. Instead, opts for Gilliam. There's the shots. As you can see, Hobart has had the better, but it's a one-goal game. Here's Gilliam, number 23, cradling on the far side. He's being whacked once or twice by Hilliard. One-on-one. Gilliam back to the cage, turns and shoots, and Bohm went down to make the save with his stick. And Fritzlaff will chase him around the cage.
Great anticipation. That ball comes out low, and what a shot, but it didn't go. Bohm got it. Now he gets it up to
Cody, number 10, yes. With 4 minutes to play in a one-goal game. Here's Rick Cody, a senior, on the left side, moving in. Watched by Warren, the goalie. Both goalies in their final collegiate games, both are seniors.
Yancey
tries to stuff one, and the ball was knocked away from him. Hannon will chase it down. Here's Cody, comes down with it and dropped it too.
Great, Syracuse, right, Hobart.
Hobart, here they come. Guy behind the cage. Knocked down. Fine play there by Hilliard to knock it away from Michael Guy. Change at midfield now. Rosa on, uncovered. Look out. Here he comes, number 13, into the goal area. He'll try to give it to Kerr. No, holds on to it, and they'll settle things down with 3:13 to play.
Dukar on him, number 19.
As Rosa cradles on the far side. Malcolm Anderson joins the play now, and he's open on the near side, 36, if they can get the ball to him. Pass is knocked away. Kerr will race it down, and it'll go out of bounds. Back to the Shoremen. What a lacrosse weekend it's been. This game surprisingly close. It's been a great lacrosse weekend on Macaw Cable. Cable 13 in Syracuse. Friday night, you saw the SU Hobart game, Dale, which you, of course, called. In fact, you're calling all of them. I shouldn't even preface that.
You heard me say
SU
Syracuse.
against UMass last night. Tonight, Hobart. And tomorrow, SU against Rutgers. So if you are a lacrosse fan, you need not touch the dial. It has been a laxman's paradise the last couple of days. 8-7. Hobart on top. 2:45 to play. Third quarter. Paul Denikin out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, sophomore, big stick. Dropped the ball and lost it out of bounds back to Hobart.
That's one of the things that, as you get up on a Hobart, that you don't want to have happen. You don't want to give them the they make too many themselves, Bill, and when you make the mistake like that, you just got to hope that they don't take advantage of it. They've had some success today, but Washington College has not lost any intensity whatsoever. The momentum, I think, perhaps went to game momentum, but they have not lost their intensity. They're after the Statesmen.
There you see a fine play by Big Stick Hilliard to knock the ball away and start to clear. He sidesteps Rosa, and the ball goes down, and Anderson backhands it back over the sideline, and the ball will belong to Washington College. I don't know why they're putting up a beef. It was an obvious call. 8-7 is the score, 2:18 to play. Is it very important for them to make sure they're not down by 2 goals as this quarter runs out?
Well, you know, I think that this fourth quarter, when it comes up, is just going to be fast and furious. I think it's going to be like two fighters there with all they've got left, and they've got to go at it and just keep slugging it out. I would say one thing, the ball has been on the ground a lot this game, and especially in this third quarter, and I think the team that can control that will control the tempo of the game, and neither team has shown the ability to do it consistently so far in the second half.
Here comes the Shoreman. Quickly across midfield is Gray. He's a freshman, moving in, and his shot was stopped by Warren. Great speed by the freshman, Mike Gregg, out of Bel Air, Maryland. Now Hobart will counter with 2 minutes to play, third quarter. They lead by 1. That looked to be offsides. No, they are onside. Rosa cradles with that right hand. 1:45 to play as Rosa is met by Kelleher on the far side. Looks like he's warding off with the left hand. No call. Behind the head shot goes wide of the cage. Looked as if Rosa was pushing with that left hand as he tried to come in.
Well, all those attackmen will hold that hand out when they come around, and of course, if you want to get a ward, you want to rest your stick right on that and when he moves the stick, but there was no call. This is a big game. They're not going to make a cheap call.
Here's Gilliam. His shirt has come out of his shorts down there behind the cage. And he and Hilliard will prepare to battle with 1:34 to play. 8-7 is the score.
Look at this crease. Look at the crease.
They're stacked in front, and he dropped the ball. Gilliam had the ball stripped away, and Hilliard comes up with it.
Great job by Hilliard. He's played very well today, and he continues to and gets a break.
Here's Woodfolk. Into the goal area, has a chance, walks it in, passes it. Yancey shoots it wide with 1:17 to play. The shot was backed up by Dukar, and they'll have the ball back.
Arkeson got a stick up on Yancey and made him take a little bit off it, and that really, I think, helped Hobart because Yancey did not get a real clean shot at it after losing that pass down there.
Yes, here's Dukar rather, behind the cage. He's matched up on Stein now, lobbed it over Papa.
And that's the ball down on the ground again, and that's nobody able to control it, went out of bounds, and it'll go Hobart's way.
Boy, that's a big mistake with 1:07 left. And the thing is, Dukar hasn't played that much there, number 19, the junior attack man out of Canandaigua. Looking down on the sidelines, I just wonder if Giblin's injured again. He's out there now,
yeah.
You're right. Here's Bergen, splitting 3 Hobart players. Now he'll try to beat Woodfolk and make it a 4th. Gives the ball to Pritzlaff, back
Give and
to
go.
Bergen. He shot it
Outside.
off the side of the net.
Boy, Bohm has been tough,
Yes,
and
he
he
has.
continues to be.
Gravani centers it in front, and Bergen is robbed by Bohm again. The rebound is
Another
stopped
one.
by Bohm, and another shot is stopped by Woodfolk. Oh my, what a game he's playing. He will not let the ball go in. He made 2 saves, and then the defenseman, Woodfolk, actually a midfielder back in the crease, made a 3rd. Let's take a look at number 43 in action, Dale.
What a mess on the crease. Well, you'll see what happens. Ball behind. They try to feed the crease. Quick stick save. Ball up in the air. Now everybody's trying to knock it in. Next shot, save. Up in the air. Now the ball's down and bounces
Woodfolk
again. And, yep, Woodfolk in the crease. Backs right into the goal. And that's where all the hacking and smacking going on. And it was an illegal procedure. And Hobart is going to have now to stop this clear attempt by Washington College.
But they get it across. Chris Dollar lost it, however.
Ball on the ground again. Hobart up with it.
15 seconds to play. They're going to have to shoot quickly as Arkeson moves in. Lob on the right side. It comes down to Bonaventura. Shoots. Save again by Bohm with 5 seconds left. Oh, is he playing a game here? And the quarter will come to an end. 8-7 is our score. We played 3 quarters. And the Washington College Shoremen, thanks to that man right there, have made it a 1-goal game. We've talked so much about Warren being the best goalie. How about Larry Bohm? After 3, it's Hobart 8 and Washington 7.
Don't wait any longer. Don't miss out. Now's the time to register for the Hobart College Summer Sports Camps. Lacrosse coach Dave Urich will have 2 sessions of his popular lacrosse camp for boys ages 12 to 18. You'll be instructed in team concepts and individual skills by a staff of college and high school coaches. You'll practice dodging, feeding, scooping, shooting. There'll be daily scrimmages, movies, lectures, and competition among players of similar skills. For just $195, you get room, board, insurance, a camp shirt, and this free Brian Shotgun Lacrosse Stick. And Hobart Summer Sports Camps mean more than just lacrosse. There's swimming June 29th to July 5th, football from July 6th through the 11th, and Hobart has separate boys and girls basketball sessions, as well as boys and girls soccer camps. All campers in all sports will have use of the college's swimming pool, basketball, squash, and racquetball courts. So don't wait. For registration information, call 315-789-5500 or write Hobart Summer Sports Camps, Hobart College, Geneva, 14456.
All right. This is Bill Roth along with Dale Drypulcher at Boswell Field in Geneva. The Division III championship game here on McCaw Cablevision and Cable 13. Hobart 8, Washington College 7 as we go to the fourth quarter. And has Larry Bohm played very well for the black team, Hobart, or the black team, Washington College.
He has been very, very tough and has a lot of momentum, and he's going to have to maintain it because the shots are incredible that they're taking at him. Washington College has 25 saves, Hobart 14, and I think that a lot of those saves, about 6 of them came in the last flurry at the cage. He just has been very, very tough, and his defense has given him a lot of help too. You got to give those guys credit, but the last ones are point blank. It's just anticipation and body position. Face off now.
And Rosa taking it against Dollar, and Rosa comes up with it. And then he goes down, and
no call.
Washington College comes away with it. Thought there would be one there, and O'Nodney starts the clear. Long up to Dollar. He tried to take a long shot. Warren made the easy save, and now Hobart starts to clear. They lead this game by 1 to the national crown. Here's Rosa, 13. Centers it in front, and the ball was knocked down, and a whistle, and Rosa may be hurt. Let's see. Nope, just tired a bit. And I don't blame him. He's been going great guns all day, hasn't he?
Yeah, as we talked, it's very, very difficult. These guys have been going all out, full bore running from the time the opening face-off started to this point in the fourth quarter with 14:35 left, and boy, it's got to be very, very tiring. Showing maybe a bruise there. Tom Rosa saying, he hit me with a stick.
Look at it. He's a gutsy player. He's got his jersey out of his shorts. He's got dirt all over it. Now the goalie, Bohm, will start the clear. He's really let in 1, maybe 2 goals that you say he should have stopped, and he has made about 8 saves that really the ball should have been behind him in the cage. Let's see how he passes here. He fires it up, and number 37 is Mike Gregg, the freshman, and they throw it away.
Once again, Hobart really intimidating the man with the ball and really collapsing on him and forcing that bad pass right there. That's what the kind of defense they're going to play, a forcing, crushing defense.
Boy, is the crowd into this thing now?
Oh, they really are, and that's, as you say, it's a great day for lacrosse here. It's they've been partying since 11:30 or so this morning before game time at 2 o'clock.
That guy's been partying since about 8. 8-7 is the score, 14:05 to play in regulation time, and a whistle away from play.
Offside.
Yep. Another mistake. They've made some mistakes that you think they wouldn't make in a championship game.
Well, you know, that's true, except that sometimes, because it is a championship game, I think sometimes you get a little too excited. Maybe you do press a little bit, and on that particular occasion, it cost them possession. And Dave Urich talks to his folks on the sideline.
Rosa, there's Urich, graduate of Cortland State. This is his 15th season here, 7th as a head coach. And in his first 6 years, he's won the NCAA crown each time. Here's Mike Gregg. It's a pretty good record.
Because he earned his money.
Here's Gregg. He beat his man. 37 beat another. Winds it, shoots it, and Warren went down to make the save. And it's still an 8-7 game. And here come the Statesmen. Up by 1, look to make it 2 as Sweely, the big stick, comes from left to right.
Sweely's going to take some time here. Hits the man coming out of the substitution area.
Bergen moves in.
Bergen, yep.
And he hands it back to Bonaventura. He missed the '85 championship game, in fact, the entire season with a knee injury, but getting his chance now in his senior year. Nearly put that one by Bohm, too, but you're going to have to make a great shot to beat him today, I think.
You know, there's not going to say, gee, he's weak low, go low, or he's not good high, because he stopped them all over today.
There he is. You know, even if they lose this game, he could still be the most valuable player.
Well, he's certainly in a team that scored 51 goals and given up 9 in these Division III playoffs.
Really?
Hobart, I guess you'd have to say that he is the last man in that line of defense and has done a great job.
Only Johns Hopkins kept them under 10 all year long. They scored 16 on Syracuse, 29 on Roanoke in the first round of the playoffs, but only 8 here today with 12:40 to play. Here's McGuan, 16. Feeds Papa, senior from Lafayette, New York. Now Dollar, one-on-one, beat his man, shoots it, and Warren made the save. As
Saw
they
that
went
all the
down
way.
low.
Oh.
Yep. And then he threw it away. Well, he's made some good saves, but he's been poor on his clearing attempts.
You know, you have to say, you have to give him maybe a benefit of the doubt. his defensemen perhaps aren't where they should be. You know, they have set up clears, and you're supposed to look. So it may not be all his fault, but that has not been a Hobart strong suit today, is getting the ball out. I think that a couple of times that they have had some fast break opportunities that they missed.
Chris Dollar now, number 17, works on Schmidt. Feeds it behind the cage. Yancey, 41. Comes out, dropped it, picks it back up. Quick reflexes by Yancey. Trying to set a screen there, but Yancey couldn't find the opening to shoot it. 12 minutes to play. Washington down by 1.
They're going to double him
to tie it up. Here's a delayed call and a goal, and it is tied. McGuan scores. McGuan put it in, and look at that man. The head coach, Terry Corcoran, showing his emotions as it's tied with 11:52 to play. There was a delayed call coming up here. You'll see the official throws flags.
Second goal in a row for McGuan. Left-hand shot high over the shoulder of Warren. And as you said, there was a flag. 2 personal fouls.
So I imagine they'll be coincidental and go both ways. We have a timeout. Hobart took timeout. Dave Urick wants to talk with the officials. We'll be back at Boswell Field for the exciting conclusion to what has been a great championship game. It's all tied. Hobart 8, Washington 8.
Seconds left. Lemoyne with the basketball. Hill, 3 seconds left. Jarebko from the corner. Good!
Major college sports and more on Cable 13, the leader in local sports coverage. When you're looking for local sports, be it high school, intercollegiate, semi-pro, or pro, look to the leader, Cable 13.
There you see the officials meeting with Dave Urick and Terry Corcoran, the coaches. They called coincidental penalties. Corcoran's trying to figure out what's going on here. This is Bill Roth along with Dale Dreipolcher. We are at Boswell Field in Geneva, New York, here on Macaw Cablevision. And it's all tied 8-8. The goalies have both played very well, but it has been the Larry Bohm show here. He's the goaltender for Washington College. And the Hobart crowd here trying to rally their statesmen. They haven't seen too many close games this year, and they've never lost a championship game since they started playing them in Division III. They've won every one of them. And now it's 8-8. The last time Washington College beat them, it was an 8-7 game during the 1985 regular season. The two teams have played a total of 8 times. Hobart has won 7. And in the championship, they are 4-0.
Well, Hobart will be down a man, and he may be down for 2 minutes. It may be 2 personal fouls on the same play.
That, I believe, is what they did call. So it's a man up right now. They're visiting Washington.
And this is an important face-off, and Crawford comes up with it momentarily. Ball down on the ground, and he pushes.
And they're going to go another man up? No, they just get the ball, loose ball. But just as you called it, Dale, they hit Crawford as soon as he picks up the ball. He's strong, and he can win face-offs. But he's not a good stick handler, apparently.
I believe they called that penalty on Hannon, the big stick for Hobart, so they will now not have an opportunity. If they'd gotten that face-off, of course, and had gotten in the box, but that's all water over the dam, is now they're going to have to play man-down defense for a couple of minutes unless something happens.
6-on-5 in front of the goalie, Warren. Washington looks to take the lead right now. Nostrand and Papa play catch. Behind the cage is Giblin. Number 26 centers it in front. They score! Washington College takes the lead. And I believe it was McGuan again.
That's his third in a row.
His third straight goal. And with 11:13 to play, thanks to the man-up goal by McGuan, it is a 9-8 game.
Well, you see the ball goes behind. That's Giblin, and he feeds McGuan, and McGuan was right on the crease. Unmolested, unguarded, but not unlucky, and he got the ball right past Hobart Chuck Warren. Of course, that's really difficult to give any blame to Warren. He was wide open on the crease, and you got 36 square feet there. You got to give the nod to the offense, but Hobart
now down by a goal. McGuan has scored 2 goals now in 39 seconds to give them the tie and then the lead.
They're still down a man. Must be unreleasable penalty.
And Rosa comes in, short-handed, and he shot up high of Bohm as he bounced it. Well, what do you think is going through the minds of the Hobart seniors right now?
Well, I'd like to say they've been in this position before, but they really are not that often in trouble. Although the Syracuse game they came back, so I think it's something that they're going to try to adjust to, and it'll show just how good they are if they can come back, because they're in a hole now.
Gravante on the far side, showing great speed. Look out now. Gravante shooting it.
Oh!
The crossbar. And the rebound. Woolfolk gets nailed by Bergen. Woolfolk gets it again. Bergen may try to line him up one more time. Those guys have been hitting
hard
each
to
other
play
all day.
too aggressive down with your man down. Woolfolk up with it, and he sprints down the right sideline.
Mike Woolfolk, sophomore from Charlottesville, Virginia. Into the goal area. Whack from behind by Moore. Ball on the ground again. 10:18 to play. 9-8 is our score. Let's see who they're going to give this ball to.
And if that dejected stick is anything, I think it'll be a call for Hobart. That hasn't been made yet.
They're going to get together and decide as a group here, it appears.
It was McGuan who slammed his stick down. There he is, 16. The man who's gotten the last 3 goals for Washington College, and now we're going to get a discussion. Offside.
Offside's called.
Cross check on number 16, Black. 1 minute. It's going to be white ball.
Cross check. McGuan.
I'll get another look at it and see exactly what happened on that far side.
Well, they're really enforcing this rule, and if you hit, that's a cross check. That's it right there. There's no doubt about it. You can't do that. And they're very strict on that particular rule, and they've been looking for it this year, to be very honest, and that was a classic example of a cross check from behind. And so that will give Hobart the ball, but they'll just be even, because I think one of their men is still in the box. Let's listen.
You're down 1 man. Yeah, you're down 2 men right now. They're down 1. All right, give a simultaneous foul on this penalty. Let's get 20 seconds. 24 seconds on the other one.
So they got 24 seconds left on the first.
Simultaneous point after the first 30, then the minute one becomes releasable after the 30 seconds. That's right.
There you go. What that means is they got 24 seconds left in the first penalty. The second penalty was simultaneous. In other words, not only was there a cross check, there was an offside against Hobart. So now there'll be 2 men down for 24 seconds. And then the 30-second penalty must be served before they can release the 1-minute penalty. Did you follow all that?
No.
Don't worry about it. We'll try to keep it straight.
Hobart's in white, Washington's in black. That's about all I know. They're the 2 guilty statesmen. Number 7 is Rusty Fritzlaff, and number 13 is Tom Rosa. Both starters.
They may have put other people in the box. You can do that. I don't know if that was called on those folks, but the idea is now Hobart will be 2 men down for 24 seconds. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, by guy, they're down 2 men. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8.
Washington College down by 1 man.
Yeah.
So it is a man-up situation for Washington. Hobart has the ball, down by 2 men. Washington's down by a single man.
Which
so there's
means
the differential.
They'll probably double the ball if they get a chance of doing that right now.
Bonaventura being chased by a pair of...
And they're going to send it back redirected, and he'll take a lot of time with this, I'm sure, but they're going to jump him. They get the ball up easily.
And Rosa out of the penalty box is uncovered, moving in. Shoots it, and it went wide as Bohm had it all lined up and had the angle covered and wouldn't give Rosa a chance to shoot. 9:42 to play. Now, Washington College leads at 9-8.
Hobart's got 10 men, and they're still discussing this, whether they should be even. Now, wait a minute, they're going to send one out? No, they leave one in. Now they got 11. I know you can't have 11.
They're waiting to bring the ball in behind the cage. Meanwhile, in front of the Hobart bench,
this looks like a flea market.
Dave Urich, and that horn, which many lacrosse supporters would like to get rid of, I imagine. Anyway, ball back in play. Dale Drypulcher counting the people on the field. Here's Rosa in front. Score! It's a 9-9 game. Michael Guy ties it up with 9.5 to play.
Point blank. Michael Guy, loose on the crease. He gets the ball, turns and fires and goes to the offside, and he picks up the 9th goal for the Hobart Statesmen and ties it up, and that is Guy's 2nd goal of the day.
Well, I can tell you one thing.
Everybody's even.
We're all even. For the last 9.5 minutes, the game is tied, and it's 9-on-9 in front of the goaltenders. Here's Crawford winning the faceoff quickly to the man in front, and Gilliam dropped the ball. 2 Statesmen go for it now after 2 Shoremen collide it.
Ground ball, got to go to the Statesmen. 3 men around it, picked it up.
Here's Bergen, number 21. And
the guy
off the bench, he just scored the tying goal, moves in, and veers to the right behind the cage.
That was a smart thing to do. He did not have the angle.
Now he centers it, and a quick shot is stopped easily by Bohm. It was taken by Bonaventura. Now Washington will look to clear. 8 minutes, 55 seconds to play, a 9-9 game. Bohm dangerously in front of his crease. Feeds it long upfield.
Great
and
job.
Stolen. Bergen had the ball knocked down. Nostrand picks it up, and the Washington College midfielder will settle things down on the far side.
Great job by Zick, 35, for Hobart to start that up. They eventually lost it, but he did a great job of playing that defensively, but clearing responsibility now goes to Washington College.
9-9 is the score, 8.5 to play. Here's the Washington College clear, and Cody comes down with it. Back across midfield to Nostrand, and he runs into the attack half. On the left side, Yancey, 41. Pressure is on now. Yancey gets double teamed. Stein and Yancey. Stancy wraps him twice. Let's see it from behind. Yancey and Stein going at it right now behind the cage. And he dropped the ball. He knocked his stick down. Great play by Stein, but it's picked up by Papa, number 33. Now to McGuan. He is the big man in this second half for Washington.
Yancey might look to maybe drop that ball off a little bit earlier. He gets a lot of attention when he gets the ball. He's very, very strong. Ball down.
That's Paul Miller, a sophomore from Corning in his first action, and he dropped the ball as soon as he got it. And here comes Hobart. Bonaventura feeds it to Rosa, number 13, in the home white.
Let's give credit to Will Schmidt, number 45, defenseman who started that, got the ball. Hobart now with scoring opportunity, 7:10 left.
Here's Rosa. He gives it to Kerr. All knocked away, back across midfield, and it comes to Stein. He's hit from behind. That'll be offside.
Push offside, you're right. Good call.
And you know, we just saw an attack man down there that hadn't been in all game. Paul Miller for Washington College. He's a sophomore. His first action of the game comes with 7 minutes to play, and he dropped the ball and let Hobart have the fast break.
Will Schmidt, 45, in there also kind of caused that. So you got a couple guys who hadn't seen much action, but you're getting down there where people are getting tired, Bill.
Talked about the depth of the team and Hobart, and they have the edge there. 7:01 to play. 9-9 game. Bill Kerr is number 25. Working on Woolfolk, beats him to the right. Kerr with some good speed. Fresh legs on the right. Woolfolk hit him up high, and there's the flag. The crowd may have helped call that one. It wasn't an immediate call. Now Bonaventura, 14, stepped out of the box. And now here is the opportunity for Hobart.
That was a good call. He got him on the free arm. He got nothing but shoulder. And it doesn't say you have to hit him real hard. It just says that you got to hit him on a spot where you're not supposed to. And the intent was there was a slash. So that will cost a minute to the Shoreman. Number 22, Michael Woodfolk, who's had a real good game, a sophomore at Charlottesville, Virginia, is going to sit down for a while. But this is an important man-up opportunity. There's the perpetrator.
Playing aggressive defense. So here's the opportunity for Hobart. Man up. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to play. Regulation time. Game. Or I'm sorry, Moore.
Oh, no back. Oh.
No one behind there.
I was going to say,
there.
A late reaction by Gilliam to get back there and back it up.
That's got to be a natural thing. Gilliam brings it back in. Hobart a man up. Here's Mark Moore, rather. To Gilliam.
Oh, they're playing hard behind. They're really going after the ball when it's behind.
Here's Rosa, feeds it in front. Possible shot, wide. Moore bounced it wide. That's not Gilliam, it's Joe DeMacco, junior attack man, hometown boy from Geneva on the far side. He wears number 22. Gilliam is 23.
Right.
11 is Moore. He'll bring it in from behind the cage. He brings it into the Mako. 9-9 is the score. And that shot just went wide.
They went high on the outside. It was a little bit wide. Number 36 being worn by Washington College. Hilliard, who's had such a good game, being a little bit over-aggressive. Not much time left in this penalty. Ball down,
13
save.
seconds left in the penalty, and this can do it if Bohm can start the clear. 3 seconds left in the penalty now. He'll be coming back on at midfield.
Oh, that's off
They lost
Irwin's
it.
stick. Yeah, good
And
job.
Penalty time has expired. It is now exactly 1 minute. So we have 5:47 to play.
Super job by Pritzlaff as he went after Washington College and really put the ball on the stick, and it went off and out of bounds, and Brian Irwin now gives an opportunity to Hobart. But as you said, time's elapsed in the penalty, they're all even.
So again, we are at even strength. 5 minutes, 47 seconds to play in the national championship game. This is Bill Roth along with Dale Drypulcher. Glad you could be with us. This has been just an outstanding game. You really couldn't ask for a better game. Here's Mike Bonaventura, number 14. Trying to feed the ball in front for Dave Ralph, and it comes down to Washington. 5.5 to play. Ball nearly out of bounds. Woodfolk stepped on the line.
Good call. Right on top of it. Woodfolk got his leg tangled up, but he was definitely on the line.
5 minutes, 29 seconds to play here. Hobart has controlled the action in the last couple of minutes as we've come down. We haven't seen too many shots the other end on Chuck Warren, and you got to wonder, he hasn't seen a shot in a while. But look out here. Here's Gilliam with a shot, and Bohm stopped it. He's played terrific. 5:20 to play. Loose in front, Moore has it. Back to the cage, gives it to Gilliam. He moves in with another shot, and he's knocked down. A fine defensive play. Ball on the ground now. 5:10 to play. Moore centers it. Here's a shot. Score! It's a 10-9 game. Hobart takes the lead. Michael Guy.
Second goal in a row for Mike Guy. He gets the ball. There's Moore's pass over the cage, and he comes in, fakes high, then goes low and comes back up high. 2 fakes.
That's his third goal of the day. With 5:06 to play, number 16, Michael Guy from Bishop Ludden High School has 26 goals on the season now. He's only a junior. Hobart up by 1, but here come the Shoremen moving from right to left.
Dollar up with the face-off, holds it, gets it over to his teammate, McGuan.
Don't count them out.
Excuse me, not McGuan, that's Nostrand.
Don't count them out yet, Dale. You know they're not dying easily. Many people said that Hobart was the best lacrosse team in any division.
1-4-1, they're really crowding the
with a
crease.
shot, and it went over the cage.
Philosophy apparently is, let's crowd this crease up. They had 4 people stacked right across the crease and 1 man behind to back up, and really had Warren screened, and there's going to be a timeout by Washington College.
With 4:39 to play. There's our story. We're coming down to the last couple of minutes. And Hobart leads this one 10-9.
Don't wait any longer. Don't miss out. Now's the time to register for the Hobart College Summer Sports Camps. Lacrosse coach Dave Urich will have 2 sessions of his popular lacrosse camp for boys ages 12 to 18. You'll be instructed in team concepts and individual skills by a staff of college and high school coaches. You'll practice dodging, feeding, scooping, shooting. There'll be daily scrimmages, movies, lectures, and competition among players of similar skills. For just $195, you get room, board, insurance, a camp shirt, and this free Brian Shotgun Lacrosse Stick. And Hobart Summer Sports Camps mean more than just lacrosse. There's swimming June 29th to July 5th, football from July 6th through the 11th, and Hobart has separate boys and girls basketball sessions, as well as boys and girls soccer camps. All campers in all sports will have use of the college's swimming pool, basketball, squash, and racquetball courts. So don't wait. For registration information, call 315-789-5500 or write Hobart Summer Sports Camps, Hobart College, Geneva, 14456.
This is Bill Roth along with Dale Drypulcher in Geneva, New York at Boswell Field. Big crowd on hand for this national championship game. And Hobart has a 10-9 lead. 4 minutes and 39 seconds to play. You couldn't ask for a much better game.
Absolutely not.
Washington College will have the ball.
You can look at the crease there to the right of the goal. You'll be able to see everybody lined up, and they give Yancey the ball, and he's going to look for cutters. There it is.
You can see they're stacked in front. Yancey behind Warren, back to the cage. Here's Papa moving in. Oh, a great save by Warren as the shot was taken way up high by Papa, who's come up lame. Let's see if he's okay. Here they come again. Centering pass, and it was taken wide by McGuan as he shot it over the cage.
Papa was open on the crease
I
momentarily.
think he may have gotten hurt there. Number 33. There was McGuan. He just fired it wide. He's having a big day for the Shoreman. 4:15 to play.
Let's see what if they stack it up again.
McGuan has 3 goals. Numbers 7, 8, and 9 for Washington College. Here's Yancey, dropped it. Warren behind the net. 4 minutes, 3 seconds to play. Big stick play, very important now. Kevin Zick, 35. Crossfield pass, and a good one. Will Schmidt.
Oh, give and go, real nice.
Very
play.
nice. Hitter Schmidt wide open into the goal area. Moving in, and his shot was stopped by Bohm, and the rebound comes to Pritzlaff on the far side. 3:45 to play, and the ball is thrown away, and Washington College will get the ball.
A great example of how the goalie can really keep you in the game by all what's right. I suppose that you should get a couple of those a game, but he's been able to come up with those big stops. Bohm has, and that really helps keep you in the game. And Hobart, now up by 1, would like to get an insurance goal with 3:40 left, although I'm not sure it would be an insurance goal yet. There's a lot of time left.
Here's Bohm. What a game he's played. Number 43 in the black sweatpants, black jersey. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. In regulation time, it's 10-9. Let's see what Washington College can do. You know that Hobart hasn't been in a situation like this where they've had to defend a 1-goal lead because they never play a game this close. This is a new feeling for Hobart. Let's see how they react, and they steal the ball. Here's Malcolm Anderson coming back. To Gilliam, has a break. Moves it in. Bonaventure scores! Mike Bonaventura.
Let's give credit to number 38, Gordy Sweely, who started this whole thing by intercepting the pass and then getting the ball upfield. There's the shot.
Bonaventura put it in.
Out of Dix Hills on Long Island. He comes up with the insurance goal, perhaps. And I hope that's it. I have no more space on my sheet for goals, Bill.
11-9. Hobart has a 2-goal lead. Once again, they led it 8-6 at one point. They win the face-off. Crawford has it stripped from behind. Washington College needs to score. They lose the ball. Hannon shoots it. And Bohm says no. 2:50 to play. Here comes Washington College. With the ball on the far side is Nostrand, midfielder. It's come down to crunch time now. McGuan races onto the field and picks up the pass from Nostrand. Moves into the goal area. 20 yards out. Moving in, shooting, and it was stopped by Warren. Rebound is loose. Comes down in front, and Hannon has it. Big stick number 3. 2 minutes, 25 seconds to play. The Statesmen smell that national championship. Here they come. Arkeson moves in. All alone.
Yes.
Score! Arkeson makes it 12-9.
Arkeson all the way down the sidelines, and Coach Urich gets some breathing room. Watch Arkeson, 41, there he is. Gets in the box, no help, no slide. starting too late. He's going to take a left-handed shot, and that big stick really puts some whip on the ball, and he goes between Bohm's legs for the 12th goal and a 3-goal lead.
Here they come again. Rosa moving in. His shot is stopped by Bohm, who quickly scoops the rebound out and starts to clear. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left. 3-goal Hobart lead, and down goes Cody, and there'll be a penalty there. Well, champions come through when they have to, Dale, and that's what Hobart has done here.
They're going to get a push call, 30 seconds, so Hobart will be down for 30 seconds, but I think you're right, Bill. As we said, when they came back Washington College up 6-5 at half, and they came back. McGuan gave them 3 goals. He's the only one who scored for them, but Hobart continues to come along, and they're going to take a timeout. But they continue to come along and put pressure on Washington College in this second half and have built up a 3-goal lead.
Well, the Hobart Statesmen are 2-0-1 away from winning another national championship. Don't go away. It's Hobart 12, Washington 9.
Attention, the zoo will open in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, please. Just 5 minutes.
My lines! My lines! I can't remember my lines.
My makeup! My makeup!
Wardrobe! I say wardrobe!
How do I look? Seriously, how do I look?
Hey, honey, give me a little kiss before I go on.
Okay, guys, this way.
Wrong way, guys.
Nice going, Melvin. My lines! My lines!
Ba 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 boo.
I want to talk to my agent.
Let me talk to your agent. Take it from me. You've just got to keep cool.
Positions, everyone.
Hey, no shoving.
Hey, wait for me.
Hey, this place is a zoo.
Visit your zoo and see how the stars live.
1 and 2 and...
The Hobart Statesmen have their biggest lead of the day, 3 goals with 1:57 to play. Hobart stops it. Warren made the save.
Interference. That'll give them a free clear.
Having their man down, they'll have a chance to kill off the rest of the penalty.
Cody got a stick in there and interfered with Warren.
1:51, all that remains in regulation time. It was 9-9. Michael Guy made it 10-9, Bonaventura 11-9, and Arkeson 12-9. 3 goals in the last 4 minutes of play here has done it for the defending national champs. Now the goalie Chuck Warren in his last collegiate game. Behind his crease. Chased by Miller, and here comes Warren. Scoops it out to midfield and Hannon.
Nice
across the line. Very nice.
Arkeson again.
Here's Arkeson again. In front of Bonaventura. Dropped the ball and he's hit, but the ball comes with 1:20 left to Hannon. They got the big sticks down at the attack half. Here's Gilliam behind the cage. 1:13 to play. Gilliam comes out in front. Shoots. And it was stopped, and he stepped into the crease, and the ball will go back to Washington College.
A lot of sportsmanship. They're helping each other up still. And in a game of this intensity and of this importance, I think it's been very, very well played with respect to that.
Gilliam only has the 1 goal, his 50th. At the time, it made it 5-3. Remember, it was 5-1 in favor of Washington College. But it's now 12-9 in favor of the Statesmen.
They're going to attempt to clear the ball. Clock will be on the field right now.
1 minute left. Here comes Washington College. They need 3 goals in the final minute. Papa winds it, shoots, and score! It's 12-10.
Nice shot by Papa. He really ripped the upper right-hand corner of that cage. He went up over the left-hand shoulder of Warren, and you'll see here how he just cocks it. He gets the pass, but watch how well he gets that off, and boom.
Perfect shot.
Yes, it was.
Good placement. Well,
sidearm shot.
12-10, 52 seconds left. It'll be Dollar against Rosa, number 13. These are incredibly critical face-offs. Rosa pushes it back and scoops it up, but he dropped the ball. 46 seconds left. They'll still chase it down. 12-10 is the score. Hobart 40 seconds away from winning the National Crown. Rosa will kill time off the clock. Nostrand will chase him down. 30 seconds left. Now Papa will run to this side. And the crowd here stands. 25 seconds left.
They'll just keep making the passes.
Here's Bill Bergen, senior. Moves in front. Scores!
Gilliam.
You see some real unselfish play here by a national championship team. Watch this pass.
Open on the crease and just takes it down low. One hopper.
It comes with 17 seconds left. Gilliam now with 51 goals on the season, 84 points. For the junior, he'll be back again next year. In fact, their entire starting attack returns. 15 seconds left. Crawford lost the face-off to Cody. 10 seconds left. Here's Crawford. The crowd is standing here at Boswell Field with 5 seconds left. Crawford. 3, 2, 1. The Hobart Statesmen, for the 7th straight year, are the national champs.
And the crowd, I think, Phil, really appreciates the quality of lacrosse that was played here today. And it's one of those sports cliches. It's too bad somebody has to lose, but Washington College came and Terry Corcoran's team did a great job of preparing and getting ready for this Hobart team and had them early, and we're in it all the way, down with 2 minutes left to go in the game. They still had a chance. So Washington College, very, very good exhibition of lacrosse today.
It was 9-9, but a big fourth quarter by the national champs. And for the 7th straight year, Hobart is the Division III champion. And for the 3rd straight year, they beat Washington College. No one else has ever won the Division III national crown, and they win it here today thanks to a big fourth quarter, 13-10. We'll be back at Boswell Field to recap today's national championship game in just a bit. Final score as Hobart wins the title. The Statesmen 13 and Washington 10.
Don't wait any longer. Don't miss out. Now's the time to register for the Hobart College Summer Sports Camps. Lacrosse coach Dave Urich will have 2 sessions of his popular lacrosse camp for boys ages 12 to 18. You'll be instructed in team concepts and individual skills by a staff of college and high school coaches. You'll practice dodging, feeding, scooping, shooting. There'll be daily scrimmages, movies, lectures, and competition among players of similar skills. For just $195, you get room, board, insurance, a camp shirt, and this free Bryan Shotgun Lacrosse Stick. And Hobart Summer Sports Camps mean more than just lacrosse. There's swimming June 29th to July 5th, football from July 6th through the 11th, and Hobart has separate boys and girls basketball sessions, as well as boys and girls soccer camps. All campers in all sports will have use of the college's swimming pool, basketball, squash, and racquetball courts. So don't wait. For registration information, call 315-789-5500 or write Hobart Summer Sports Camps, Hobart College, Geneva, 14456.
This is Bill Roth along with Dale Dreipulcher back at Boswell Field in Geneva. The Hobart Statesmen for the 7th straight year have won the NCAA Division III national crown. And on the field with us is the head coach of the Statesmen, Dave Urich. Coach, congratulations. You've now tied John Wooden for 7 straight wins. How about that?
Well, I appreciate it very much. It's a lot easier from where I was standing. I'm sure the players put a hell of a lot more effort into it than I did. Both teams did a great job. Ran very hard.
Many people didn't think this game would be as close as it was, but it was 9-9 with 5 minutes to play in regulation.
Well, that didn't surprise me at all. Washington College is a great lacrosse team, and when a goalie gets hot, anything can happen. And I think both goalies were as hot as you could find, and particularly Larry Boehm. He did a great job. I thought Chuck came up with some big saves in the second half, but their goalie was hot throughout the whole game, and it makes it a little bit tougher for you. And we had some self-inflicted wounds, but sometimes you win on skill, sometimes you win because you got better people, sometimes you win because I think you're a little bit more persistent and play with a lot of heart. And I think that maybe was the case today. We just 2 real persistent teams, but maybe a little bit more depth on our part. We wore them down a little bit.
That's exactly what we thought, Dave. We thought as it got into the fourth quarter that everybody had been going at such a pitch, it was a matter of time before somebody had to kind of get worn down, and those legs start to go a little bit in that fourth quarter when you've been going all out like that. Would you agree?
Well, that was what I was hoping was going to happen, because I saw how hard they came out on us early, and they got ahead on us early, and I thought, well, eventually they have to get a little bit tired. Maybe we can get back in the game. But if their goalie's hot, then it's going to make it tougher for you to get back in the game, and it did. But eventually, again, I think we generated some offense out of our defensive end, and that's been a key for us all year.
Your team's not used to being behind like this. Did did you notice any panic or weird looks on the bench there when you got down there early?
Well, at times I don't think we handled it very well. You know, a true championship team's going to rise above some things, and we had some unsportsmanlike penalties that you wish wouldn't happen. You know, just things that can really drag you down when you're fighting and scratching for everything you can get and trying to get one by a real hot goalie. You know, we're 2 men down, no release, and a lot of strange things. I just think Washington College made us look bad at times, you know, and that's what a championship game is all about. It's pretty obvious the 2 best teams were in the finals, and it was just, I think, a great endorsement for college lacrosse.
Well, Coach, 7 in a row now. I guess you're ready to start preparing for number 8?
I'm sure a lot of people are. I think I'll wait till tomorrow.
All right. Congratulations. Congratulations, Coach Dave York.
Thank you very much.
Whose Hobart Statesmen for the 7th straight year are the Division III NCAA National Champions. Our final score here today was 13-10. The game was very close. In fact, it was a 9-8 game with 11 minutes and 13 seconds to play. Then a man by the name of Mike Guy started to take matters into his own hands. With 9.5 minutes to play, Mike Guy scored his 2nd goal of the game to tie it up at 9-9. Mike, did you decide that this was the time for you to really start scoring?
Yeah, earlier in the game, we hadn't been playing like the best lacrosse we've played yet, and when we came out after the half, coach said just relax a little bit and play the way you know you can play. And we just went out there, and coaches were telling me just to run by my guy, and I guess that's what I did there. In the second half there.
Well, it was a 9-9 game, and then with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play, and you're not going to get a chance to see this, but the folks at home will, and I'm sure you'll like to see it later. You scored the goal that was the game winner, and it made the final score of 10-9. Can you describe what you did on the goal?
Yeah, I was hanging out on the backside, and there was an unsettled situation, and Mark Moore had just gotten a ground ball behind, and I was just wide open on the backside there. I caught the ball and just faked the goalie out and just shot. It wasn't really anything. It was one-on-one with the goalie.
You know, absolutely wide open. This is Dale Dreifulcher, by the way. Listen, congratulations on a great game.
Thanks.
But we would have to say that we thought that Bohm was really hot in the cage today. He had some fantastic saves. Chuck Warren was good too, but Bohm was really stopped you guys on some point-blank shots. At one flurry, I think we counted 4 or 5 shots point-blank, and he stopped all of them. He was tough today.
I'd say he was a little more than hot. He was amazing. He was stopping just about everything. Just about everything high, I'd have to say. I noticed a little weakness low in him. And off stick side, he was a little weak, but everything else, he was just saving everything. It was amazing.
What happened when you got down? You guys aren't used to being down like that. Did you notice any panic or any kind of thoughts between you guys about what's going on here?
Yeah, I'd have to say there was a little bit of panic just for that reason that we weren't really used to being down. Last game we were up 8-2, and we were panicking then. And if that gives you any indication of how we were today, so there was a little more panic today. But we put it together in the end.
You sure did, and I think that's something the champions do, Michael, and that's come through when the chips are on the table, and you certainly did that today. And I know you're looking forward to a senior season to get number 8, huh?
Yeah. Damn right.
That's Michael Guy. Congratulations, Mike. He scored 3 goals, including the game-tying goal and the game-winning goal here today. And Hobart went on to win their 7th straight NCAA Division III National Championship, defeating Washington College by the final score here today of 13-10. For Dale Dreifulcher, this is Bill Roth saying thank you for watching, and be sure to be with us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock when the SU Orangemen meet the Rutgers Scarlet Knights from the Carrier Dome. So long, everybody.